We should be about online. Waiting for confirmation as usual.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And of course we can fortunately hear you, which is the most important thing.
That's always useful, yes. But now we don't see any visuals yet, are we?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird it doesn't show with me. Anyway, we have to hurry up today because we're in a bit of a time rush today. Anyway, so how's the summer, everyone? Are you enjoying the summer?
It's nice. It's alright.
It's rain,
Yeah,
it's black and grey and miserable here. Just rain.
Well, for me, it started off very hot and very humid, so yeah. But right now, weather's been cooling down a bit, so like, yeah, it's pretty nice weather right now over here.
Lucky you. So, the UK. You're politically.
Yeah, the weather's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Like
You're not
heavy
fond of rain.
downpours, then it's nice and sunny, but then it raining again, then the sun comes out, and then we get like gale force winds just bashing everything.
How wonderful.
It's like, make up your mind at this point.
It's still, it
Couple of
feels like it's
Saturdays
still
ago.
spring. Yeah. What is it, Luke? Sorry.
They're saying it happened a couple of Saturdays ago. Like the rain was there, then it was gone. Then the rain was there, then it was gone. It was like God flipping the rain switch on and off.
It's like it's still spring, yeah. And looking forward to your new politicians in charge.
Well, hopefully he'll do better than what the Tories have been doing because they've been an absolute. They've been the idiots for the last decade because we had 3 prime ministers sworn in without an election due to various blunders, like how they messed up Brexit and COVID and the economy and all that. So just have to see how they're doing, really.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fun times.
And of course, the new prime minister, awkwardly smiling, is like, "Oh dear, I've been voted in. I didn't expect that."
I like how he looks
This
like.
wasn't the plan.
Yeah, exactly.
I love his face. Almost every picture I see he has the same face expression. It's great.
Reminding of Tony Blair in some way,
Big smile.
constantly
yeah.
smiling.
Well, I guess the Labour people or Labour politicians always like to smile and that, and all the Tories are like, "Ooh, I'm miserable. Ooh, raise the taxes." Ooh.
Indeed. Anyway, Soul Ascension 2 is finally finished, so people can stop asking about it. Now we can ask about Soul Ascension 3. Hooray!
Hooray.
I have been asking about like your roadmap of Soul Substantia, like how many planned parts you're going to have for it, or is it just going to be 2 parts?
No, that's going to be 3 parts. So this one ends on a...
So it's going to be a trilogy then.
Yes.
Right.
One more left to go.
Yeah, coming out in the year 2050.
Probably. It's taking me forever. But yeah, all you guys, thank you for voice acting for it.
Yeah, who's that handsome guy in the left screen?
I have no idea. Some weirdo who likes the Gaia gods.
Yep.
Well, I was just kind of wondering, like, what is he standing next to?
Oh, it's like an altar for dark and light Gaia. And a chili dog on the ground as an offering.
Ah, that's what it is. So basically, it's the world's biggest chili dog.
Yep. I mean, it's for gods, so, you know. For
Yeah,
Chip, he has an
everyone's got
appetite.
Yeah, everyone's got a voice in this game except me.
Well, you do have a voice. You do have a couple
Oh, I
cameos.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you're a
Don't
tutorial
know.
character. You tell people to stare, and you tell about hugs. Actually, I think you have the most cameos of all, even more than Luke.
Oh, really? I honestly don't remember recording that stuff.
Hey, the one that should complaining the most is Elise. Most of her voice lines are mostly used from different projects. So,
Oh, poor Elise.
Complained.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to check through the DMs after this stream because yeah, it's been way too long with looking back at the whole Soul Sustentia stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah. Most I remember was that someone pointed out, it's like, "Hey, didn't you do a voice of a news anchor guy?" And then they showed me the clips, like, "Oh yeah, that is my voice." And you never told me what it was for.
Oh, sorry.
Roger works in mysterious ways.
I'm not very good at communicating, yeah. Well, sorry. Anyway, we're in a bit of a hurry, so with that all out of the way, let's go to Sonic Underground. Let's play the teaser. The Big Melt, and fittingly, Melting Man is the one who made the teaser this time. Thank you, Melting Man, for your work.
Indeed.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was just thinking of like some gags that well, one of them went unused, but I was like, oh, maybe I should have some fun with this, because I watched the episodes way ahead of time as usual. So that one bit with the penguin like sliding to the camera, like, oh, that gives me an idea for a joke.
Well, it works.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my favorite kind of fourth wall gags of it. Like, oh, characters like running towards the camera, then they actually do crash into the camera.
I'm sorry, that got me.
That poor camera.
Good job, Melty.
Getting the last bit out of the way early. There we go.
Oh, I'm sure that's not gonna be my last one, but also kind of off topic. What are those three characters right next to my icon in the lower corner?
Are they supposed to be your nephews?
Yeah, your nephews.
I made it
No,
look
no,
like
no,
Huey,
no.
Dewey, and
Oh.
Louie from Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know what your actual nephews are like.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Okay.
At least the green one is like more impressed at what they're seeing. It's like, woo!
Oh my gosh, no!
Oh, brother. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, a little in joke, but
So that's all right. It's funny.
Anyway, so Melty did the preview, and he's gonna do the synopsis.
Yeah.
the Big Melt.
And not just for the sake of puns.
Yeah, the
I'll
episode's named
just,
after
I'll
you.
just for that
Yeah.
melt pun.
Yeah. The big melting man.
Exactly.
Yeah, big melting man who's just going all singing in the bathtub on the thumbnail.
Or in the dustbin.
Oh yeah. It's both my means of transportation and a portable bathroom.
Why not?
Oh dear.
Oh, brother.
Okay. Oh yeah, then I'll stop that with a thumbnail. Right. Anyway, so the episode status is well, it starts off with a bunch of these random freedom fighter dudes that like show up. It's like, oh, Sleet and Dingo, they're up to no good again. So yeah, so you think you might be seeing them again, which spoilers we don't. But anyway, so it cuts back to Sonic and the gang, where just finally having some time to chill out at a beach and stuff. And of course, what better way to do it by just bursting out into song? So they're just having a good time, Manic's surfing the waves, and Sonic's like, oh, shut up, Manic. and then Sonya suddenly shows up. It's like, oh, we got a intel from the freedom fighters up at the ice weirds or blah blah, and Robotnik's doing something evil. And Sonya's like, oh, I didn't get a 10 yet. So they have to go and find out what old Robotnik is up to. Which we find out later that his big scheme this time is that he's hooked up a bunch of machines. And that his big plan is that he's going to melt all the ice in the polar caps and flood the world, or something like that. So yeah, so the hedgehogs arrive there. They're wandering around. Surprisingly, Manic is like, oh, maybe Robotnik's melting the polar ice caps, which everyone anyone's like, nah, that can't be it. It's like, so sue me. So, and then suddenly the ice starts melting, and Sonic and Manic get separated, and Sonya gets also separated, where Sonya goes down a bit, and then Manic and Sonic go another direction. But yeah, so anyway, back with Sonya, we find out she's ended up in this place where it's like, oh, she's landed on the ground and apparently hears voices, and then she comes across she is soon discovered by these three random penguins who basically they pretty much sound like a poor man's version of the Three Stooges. But yeah, they see her, it's like, oh, it's our queen, and yeah, Queen Sauna, haha. Because apparently there's this like big prophecy going on. It's like, oh, one day our deceased queen will return and bring happiness and joy, or blah blah blah, when the warmth begins. So Sonic and Manic are running around a bit. They later hitch a ride on Robotnik's submarine thing, and they're soon discovered thanks to Manic's sneeze. And so yeah, that's going on. Sonia's like, "Oh, there's a giant statue. Oh, I guess it really does look like me, huh?" So they get her out in dress her up in the gowns and whatnot. And then back with Sonic and Manic, they're about to be blasted by SWAT bots. It's like, "Oh, we're gonna beat you, Robotnik. Oh, exactly how?" It's like, "Oh, I'd rather show than tell." And then he and Manic start spinning around with the tornado spin and destroys all the robots. So in other words, Game Sonic should really take some lessons from Underground Sonic on the whole show don't tell mentality. Ha ha. Right, so Sonia's like, "Oh, I can't be your guys' queen. I gotta find my brothers and blah blah blah." So she heads out with the penguins in these pretty much in the middle of nowhere where there's this big echo chamber. It's like, "Oh, good." So she starts playing the piano to hopefully get Sonic and Manic's attention, which it turns out it does work. And then the penguin's like, "Oh, so you really are relatives. Oh, I guess you really aren't our queen." She's like, "Oh, that's fine. We're still gonna help you guys anyway." So yeah, they head down. They find where the machines are. They have to deal with a bunch of lasers and SWAT bots. And yeah, they fight. And then eventually they manage to clear out the area where Sonya and Manic then set up a bunch of time bombs to blow up the machine. All while Sleet and Dingo are just traveling around in this hovercraft, and Sonic's like, "Hey, we're about to blow up this thing. You guys should probably run." And so, surprisingly, that actually works. They're like, "Oh shit, we better get out of here." So yeah, they just managed to get out, and the whole place explodes, and Robotnik does this whole "I hate that hedgehog" moment. And now the hedgehogs and penguins are just chilling out in the, I don't know, geyser or whatnot, just having their fun at the beach and whatnot. And then Manic jumps into the water, which really traumatizes Sonic with the water splashing onto him. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wow. The enemies sure were prophetic in this episode. Anyway, Luke, you picked a lot of pictures to show off. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I did find the music video a bit silly, especially with poor Robotnik being hit on the head with a drumstick.
Yeah, so I did end up writing quite a lot about the whole music video having a lot of stuff going on in it. Like Robotnik, Sleet and Dingo just randomly just landing head first into the sand, just out of nowhere all of a sudden. And then like Sonic and then later Sonya just stamping on Manic's legs and feet like flat.
I don't think that would work as like a massage thing because they're not going to break his legs.
Well, I think they've already flattened his legs at this point. All the while Manic's just going like, "Woo."
And also the bit where they're being like on a frying pan, like, "Yeah, they're being fried alive."
then they turn into sausages the next scene, yeah.
And
and Sonya's head is coming out of like an ice cream cone, and Sonic and Manic are trying to eat her, and then they smash into each other on accident.
Yeah,
go
It's a weird music video.
It's probably the trippiest one. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
Maybe the heat's getting to them.
Swimming shorts around, and I thought they were underpants.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Muppet Treasure Island, the Cabin Fever song, where everything just gets like drippy.
Well, maybe they have been too much in the sun. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they spend most of their times cooped up in that van, so maybe that's it.
Oh, but that hot sun, that can be good now.
This entire song sequence just really feels tacked on. They're like, "Guys, this episode's about going to the polar ice caps. What do we do?" Well, the song is called "Fun in the Sun." What if we have them at a beach at the beginning?
It kind of feels like it's like, oh, we gotta go through our status quo of like throwing in a song. It's like, okay, let's just get this over with and focus on the ice stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how it's like immediately out of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I just keep on thinking of this like Sonic episode as just existing. Something like anything major to talk about, it just exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But yeah, at least for the people who want to see... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Roger.
At least for the people who want to see Sonic with his feet, and they're having a good time with this episode, I suppose.
Oh.
But yeah, back to
Well,
Elise.
this one.
Yeah, with the feet designs and whatnot.
Hey, at least he's wearing pants in this episode.
Yeah, they're all wearing swim trunks, and Sonya's in I don't know, for some reason that bikini design kind of looks weird. It's like, the top half looks like, just the top, but then it's like another layer of yellow, like she's wearing a t-shirt. It's like, never seen that kind of look before.
I love
maybe it's a French thing.
It almost looks like a rash guard or like half of a scuba
Yeah, that's a good point.
scuba outfit.
Yeah.
And Luke picked a
kinda.
nice screenshot where the animators themselves were confused and drew her arms as if they were gloves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Must be a really tight sleeve there.
And the expression definitely suits the mood. It's like, wait, have my hands been... Wait, these aren't my coloured arms the whole time? I mean, wait, what?
Imagine looking at them and going, "Oh my god, I have hands."
It feels like she was drawn to be wearing gloves and just like a bikini, but like the whoever was in charge of coloring mistook it and it's just like, oh, this is all just her top and she's not wearing gloves. Because that's something I noticed is that Sonic and Manic are still wearing their gloves even though they've taken their shoes off for once.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they were all drawn with their gloves still on, and whoever was in charge of coloring didn't get the memo.
Yeah, probably.
That's interesting, though. It's like Sonya then is the only one that we see with her gloves off.
Pretty
like,
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. You'd think she's the more hygienic of the team, and would actually prefer.
Yeah,
gloves.
especially with how, especially in that bikini that she's designed. It's like, oh yeah, let's give her a bikini. Okay, now let's draw her like super realistic with her body shape. Ooh, okay.
She always has a weird body shape. Yeah.
I wonder if. Yeah, I wonder if there's like an unspoken rule where like male Mobian characters are not allowed to take the gloves off.
I mean,
Yeah,
same deal
so-
with the females, yeah. Well, most.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Most
later.
of the time, yeah.
Mobian characters, they can't take their gloves off after Underground.
Yeah, with the whole like feet designs and whatnot. Like, yeah, well, it's always been very inconsistent. Like, personally, as I've kind of shown in my thumbnail that I drew, where I just I tried toning down Sonya's like body shape and then gave her the tan patch on her stomach. It's like, oh, it just looks better. And then gave her the three-toed paw design. And I might have mentioned it before, but personally, I just think the three-toed paw look is like, a nice middle ground. So not extremely lazy like the blob feet design, and not hyper-realistic like the 4 or 5 toe design.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Sonic Shoe right here? I hope not.
I
Is she referring to Euan?
yeah.
What?
Oh,
Just
poor
keep
Euan.
talking about
Poor Euan.
Well,
They think I drew you
Shame
so
on
badly.
you,
Someone
Joey.
thinks you were Sonic Shoe.
shame on you.
Oh
Cursed you! You're cursed.
Get away from us.
Now it'll forever haunt him. Yeah. Well, I guess that's the trade-off. Like, Roger gets to smile for the first time at the cost of badly drawing Euan.
Indeed. That's why Ewan looks so miserable there. It's like, ugh. Curse you, Roger. I'm supposed to be smiling, not you. And all the while, Melty's face is like so. In
Yep.
Melty's pick.
Yeah, I'm just like so demented looking.
Exactly.
Yeah, blue arms everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, this is just like the picture that I put out. It's like, oh yeah, Sonic has blue arms in this one scene. Back when it used to be a common error before movie Sonic made it more mainstream. Well, I mean,
Well, also,
Sonic,
like, it's like the rest of him is kind of missing. Like,
Yeah.
it's colored like a chair, so...
yeah, like honestly, the way he's like posed that way, kind of looks like he's morphing into a gorilla. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of coloring errors, I guess.
Oh well, I should
Well,
be talking.
that's-
It's not like I never make mistakes.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's an interesting episode. It's very action-packed. The beginning is almost just nothing but endless, like, water and ice action. Like, they're constantly being dragged all across, and then it's snowboarding with the ice caps. I guess the one writing this episode played a lot of Ice Cap Zone from Sonic 3.
I also found Robotnik's plan absolutely stupid because he wants to flood the world, but like, are his robots waterproof? And also, where's he going to live if he sees underwater? And where's the rich elite going to live? I mean, who's going to live in their houses? Fucking Aquaman!
Well, I mean, it's obvious, Luke. Robotnik's gonna live in the one place that's not corrupted by capitalism.
Space!
Yeah.
Nice.
Space.
Goes down there to his wet.
You can't build airships and all that, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I just love how non-issue the enemies are in this episode. The whole climax is Sonic just literally just warning them, "Hey, yeah, we already planted bombs. Get out of here," and they run. That's all they do in the climax. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, ending does kind of feel a bit rushed.
I also love that their solution for getting rid of the machine is just to have Sonic run in a circle, and all of the turrets just destroy the cave.
Indeed.
What I love is that they want to stop the machine from melting the ice with explosions. That is.
Yeah, basically, Sonic's plans of destroying the turrets is basically just him going.
Pretty much. I'm kind of surprised the whole Queen Sana storyline didn't really go anywhere. Like the
that was
Yeah, that was a thing.
Like we get no backstory or context to it.
I thought it was going to feel like
exactly
she was
like Sonya. I wonder what we're gonna find out about this.
Nothing.
Anyway.
Yeah, especially when like the statue melts, it's like, oh, like our place is melting. Like, oh no. Anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
no drama about that at all.
Yeah.
Like Storna is like one of Alina's ancestors or something, but like nope, just happens to be a Monarch who just happens to look like Sonya.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm embarrassed how long it took me to notice the pun with sauna, since everything in the end does turn into a sauna with the hot water.
Yeah.
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 Oh well. I also noticed the stupid gag where they all of a sudden had like a modern escalator in this ice castle.
Yes.
Hi.
That was the thing I noticed. Like her being pulled along by the penguins, and then suddenly just go up a modern day escalators. So they don't have enough money to actually afford any sort of fancy vehicles, but yet they can afford an escalator because they don't want to climb up all those icy roads and such.
That's also my favorite parts of Sonic Underground. Those sneaky jokes all of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah, I guess their stomachs just got sore from all that slime. And it's like, all right, fuck it, let's just use the escalator.
Another quick gag I love is one point where Robotnik just says, "Oh, let's go have some fun," and you get this very quick shot of Dingo looking very happy at his sleep. Also got a chuckle out of me, like, "Yay, we're gonna have fun!" It's like I love these tiny little touches of animation. It's great.
Yeah, I have to say though.
Sleep looks though. It's like
Go ahead, Elise.
all the while Dingo's like awkward laughter because he just sees how Sleep's just looking with that face. It's like.
Yes. What's so funny, Sleep? I want to get in on the joke.
Maybe I'll tell you later.
Nice impression.
Still practicing.
I have to say though, I am not a fan of the Underground's beach attire, but I do love their winter attire.
I'm alright with the beach attire. Like with Sonya's bikini, I know this is like, there's like 2 episodes where she wears bikinis, and personally I think the blue one that she wears in a later episode, I think that one looks better on her.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Like,
their winter
that
outfits are
point
pretty
of the
cool. It's kind of interesting to see Sonic wearing pants. It's so rare.
Yeah, Sonic wearing pants, blasphemy!
Although, now I look at it, it's not pants. It's just very big boots, I guess.
Yeah, just very high boots.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
same deal with
Thigh
Manic.
high.
No, it lied to me. I thought it were pants. It tricked me.
Yeah, so basically they're wearing the Equestria Girls fashion of boots before it was a thing.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Incredibly tall boots.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty awesome clothes. I love it. Sorry, Elise.
Well, I think another reason I like them is because there are a little bit more accessories with their winter gear that add some touches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially looks good as
Yeah,
Sonic.
like the scarf, the scarves, the earmuffs, the boots, and seeing like what different kinds of coats that each of the characters wear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm
Manning
kind of
has a thing
surprised.
for purple.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised that like Manic and Sonya have red scarves, but Sonic has more of a dark blue scarf, so that's
Yeah, navy
very
blue.
interesting. Oh yeah.
And what was up with Manic's face? Where they're on the ice float, they're screaming, and it looks like his eye is kind of melting into his face.
Oh yeah.
Not a good picture.
Again
No.
with the melting eyes.
What's up with that?
It's the heat that's melting his eyes. That's what.
Oh no!
It's so hot, my eyes starting to melt, Sonic.
That sounds very painful and terrifying.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah. Also, that sort of like strange sort of thing going on with the iceberg that they were in. I kind of mentioned, written it down, like somehow Sonic and Manic on their small iceberg was on sea level one moment before going into the large iceberg, and then suddenly they're like over 100 feet above sea level. So how does that work? Was there like a hidden escalator in the iceberg?
Video game physics, I guess. They just get knocked up
There
by
was
the slopes.
one incident I remembered, like when Manic references the Titanic. So did that incident happen in their world?
Oh yeah,
That's
even
a
I
good point.
mentioned that, like Titanic reference. So shit called the Titanic.
Oh yeah,
based on
yeah,
Mobius?
Manic's all like, yeah, oh, Tess, it's Titanic time. It's like, dude, that's a bit offensive.
I guess all across the multi-universe, there's always a Titanic doomed to sink by ice. How tragic.
Yeah, but at least in this show, it does prove that Sonic and Manic were, that iceberg they were on. Yeah, it was big enough for them to stay afloat and not having to sacrifice one or whatever.
That would have been a very dark episode, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if one of them has to go, then it's obviously Sonic, because Manic is best boy.
Exactly.
Well, also I think
Well,
Manic can
that's that.
swim. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
actually, yeah, I know Manic can swim because he saved Sonic on the episode where they go to the island resort thing to with the Stone Guardians.
Yeah.
And also because this episode literally ends with Manic doing a cannonball into the water.
Yeah, and then he was also surfing earlier in this episode, so of course Manic can swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yeah.
me though, thinking about it, like that whole sort of thing of like, if the iceberg was only big enough to hold one of them, and of course being Manic and Sonic stuck in the water, rather than like being the whole sort of "I'll never let go, I promise," Manic will probably just say, "Long live the king," and then just let Sonic go as he drowns.
No, no.
Yep, Manic's the true king.
I saw you had a on there for a second, Roger, but yeah, Sonya's laser can cut through ice pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She's just like sliding out of control down this hill, and she's heading right for a wall. She's like, "Oh, let me just blast a hole through this ice real quick."
Yeah, no biggie.
And lucky the hole got big enough for her, because if the hole's only as big as a laser, then she still would have hit the wall.
Yeah.
Oh well, cartoon physics.
I also really like the moment where like Manic discovered the geyser and he like called Sonic over and Sonic's like, "What is it?" And Manic's like, "Steam."
It's steam. Steam from the steamed hams. Oh god, not
Oh my god, Steam! Let's get fucking high, Sonic!
Oh,
I just remembered. This reminds me of the Steam Summer Sale going on right now.
Oh no!
Random Yeti at one point.
Yeah.
Sonic and Manic finally get off their tiny little shard of ice and happen to land on the one iceberg with a Yeti on it.
Yeah.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of it's the same snow yeti they keep encountering.
I was expecting
Yeah.
that to be a setup for later, but it never shows up again. Oh.
Yeah.
When
I mean,
Sonic
Sonic
said,
did-
sorry, you go on.
I was just gonna quickly say, it's like, well, I assumed like it could have been the same snow yeti as Sonic kind of mentioned, like, "Hey, snow yeti, buddy," sort of thing. It's
Yeti,
like,
my main
it's the same-
monster.
That's like it's the same one they keep encountering,
Yeah.
and yet expecting him to like react differently, but instead it's like, "Nope, I'm just gonna eat you."
Like,
Yeah.
hey man,
Yeah, that's so weird. It's like, yo, Yeti, what's up? It's like, ah, get off my lawn, you damn kids.
Get off my snow.
Just, like, appropriately concerned. And Sonic's like my main monster. There was a lot of like great quotes in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Luke,
Yeah,
you wanted to
like-
say something? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
He forgot.
I had one thing to say, and that's like the opening. We see like this like small freedom fighter group. It's like, oh, that kind of look neat. It's you kind of think they would like we'd meet them in the episode, but no. Instead, we get the dire Three Stooges of the three, which is basically well, I know one of them is basically the voice of Underground Robotnik, trying his best to do a Curly impression.
Wasn't one of them even called Mo?
Yeah,
one
one
of
of the
them's
big
called
ones is
Mo.
called Mo.
But the others didn't have a name from the Three Stooges, so it's kind of weird they only picked
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they were Marty and Jack.
Yeah.
looking at the penguin, I was reminded of this old animation called The Pebble and the Penguin with the hats and the scarves
Oh my
and
gosh,
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Movie.
Yeah.
That's a weird movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a Don Bluth movie. Yeah.
It is a Don movie.
Yeah, it is Don Bluth.
But yeah, so I feel like they are trying to be Three Stooges references, because like Marty sounds almost exactly like Larry,
Yeah.
but like Jack, you know, he maybe sounds like Curly. He sounds very familiar, other than the fact that it's obviously just like Grounder's voice pitched up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if he's actually trying to sound like Curly or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because, like, with all the different versions of the Stooges, Curly's always the most popular of the trio.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like, okay, they sound like the Stooges, but they don't really act it to like really drive home the whole pun. You know, we don't see them, doing slaps or eye pokes or anything.
Well, they had a slapstick moment where the one sneezes all the time, and one time they fell off that ice monster, I guess. So there's a couple little moments. But yeah, it felt a little forced, indeed.
Yeah. I mean, I could do a better Curly impression. Yeah. Why, certainly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird since they did do a lot of other voice impressions all the time. I mean, heck, Sleet always talks in that
Orson Welles' voice.
Orson Welles
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking of like great quotes in this episode, I just love the part where like Manic accidentally gives away their position by sneezing. Like Dingo like says Gesundheit to Robotnik, and Robotnik's like, I didn't sneeze.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
then,
oh.
after confirming that it wasn't Sleet, he's like, well, someone sneezed.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah,
And
then
Sonic just
yeah, like,
pops up saying like, "Hey, Robotnik, miss me?"
Surprise.
Give me a hug!
Yeah, give me a hug.
Daddy, give me a hug.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh no.
Our Robotnik pimp daddy jokes.
Oh,
They'll
no.
never die.
I think the
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. But
It was
I
inevitable.
think the funniest quote from this episode though was right at the beginning when like Sonya tells them they have to go to the polar ice caps, and Sonic and Manic immediately start complaining. She's like, "Are you freedom fighters or wimps?" And they both just say in unison, "Wimps."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a lot of fun to like mess around with that in my intro. So like the bit with Sonic whining, I was going through the clip. It's like, oh, this one pose looks exactly like the other one. So I just did a simple loop where it just looks like Sonic's constantly whining a lot, and then the whole back and forth between Sonya and Manic. That's kind of an old, standard gag in like some Gmod videos. It's like, oh, it's this character, then that, and then it like speeds up, and in there it actually shows like after the stream's over, if you go back and slow down the video, you can actually see like a creepy face of Robotnik when it goes like, oh, Sonic, Hedgehog, Sonya, Hedgehog, Sonya, Robotnik. Robotnik with a creepy face.
Oh, I didn't notice that. All right, cool. I thought it was just
Yeah,
making
it goes-
fun of how long it takes. The awkward silence.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, the Robotnik gag is a blink and you'll miss it. So yeah, after the stream, you'll have to go back and like slow down the video to really see it.
Alrighty, we shall.
Let's see.
What else?
Looking at my notes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You go ahead.
towards the end, when Sonya is trying to get Sonic and Manic to find her, and she pulls out her keyboard and starts playing, and she actually plays the opening ditty from We're the Sonic Underground. So that was a cool callback.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
nice detail. Luke, what do you want to say?
One of the screenshots I pulled, it looks like Sonic has a Peter Griffin chin.
Which one is that?
Huh.
Which picture was that? Oh, when he's angry, you mean?
I know, when he's like trying to go into a wall, but he gets covered in water and it just falls on the ground.
Oh, right, yeah. I got it on screen right now.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
Oh, I remember the time with Sonic.
Okay, the Sonic picture in the lower right-hand corner. For some reason, I'm getting Sonic Boom, Sonic vibes looking at
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Constantly miserable.
Also, I just realized that particular image with Sonic with the not amused face. I just realized like the right side of his eye is somehow like bigger than his left side. Like there's more white to that side.
Actually, I think if you look closely, like it's like that shade on his left eye. It's lighter than the color of his quill. So I think that's actually supposed to be his eye shaded.
Yeah, having like a bit of shadow there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like in the animation era. It's like, oh crap, we made the eye bigger. It's like, oh, just splash a bit of blue there. We'll try and make it look like part of the head.
Yeah.
Also, his grumpy face kind of makes him resemble Rick a bit.
Manic, I need you to pick this lock, Manic.
Hey, I'm a hot dog.
Then again, I think the face perfectly encapsulates, when after my thought is like, oh, let's do the Sonic Boom comics next. It's like, oh crap, we're really going with this. But that's for later. That's for later.
Hey, we're finally doing Sonic Archie. You should be glad.
Like, no, we already did Archie Sonic.
Sonic
just
X.
smaller bits, not like proper Archie Sonic.
Oh, well.
You're never satisfied, are you, Melty?
Well, I'm never satisfied with Roger and his Mandela effects.
What was? I'm trying to. Oh, I think that was the Family Guy joke. There, are you happy now? I'm never happy.
Last Airbender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember when it's when Sokka was going to rescue his father from the boiling rock, and then so yeah, Zuko catches him before he can sneak onto Appa. It's like, fine, I'm going to rescue my dad. You happy now? I'm never happy.
Fitting.
Yeah. Oh.
So for my last note here, I've got a translation of a joke because when Sonic's talking about how cold it is, and Sonya mentions that it's actually warmer than it's supposed to be at the polar ice cap, and he says, "Oh, then what is it? -50 below?" And Sonya says, -20 degrees Celsius. Sonic says, "Well, I liked 80 Fahrenheit better." And it's funny because they swapped from Celsius to Fahrenheit randomly.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
But so for anyone wondering, negative 20 degrees Celsius is negative 4 degrees Fahrenheit, and 80 degrees Fahrenheit is 26.6 degrees Celsius.
Huh.
As in the UK summer.
Yeah. The crippling heat wave you guys are going through.
We all live in brick houses. Let's move on.
Yep.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about any big bad wolves coming at you.
That's true. Blowing away
That was a
houses.
stupid
Unless
joke.
it's
Sorry.
female.
What was that, Luke? Sorry.
I'm saying unless it's female.
Yeah, female.
We're like, what's the number?
Well, I don't know. You know, maybe people are into male wolves. Or they go both ways. Who knows? I mean, it's 2024 after all.
Anyway, yeah, so that was the most blatant episode about nature and preserving the environment. Fitting how it ends with Sonic and friends blowing up the base and us seeing toxic barrels falling down the water. Good job, heroes. You did it. You saved the environment.
and then having a good time in a hot spring.
That they
Yeah.
caused, yeah.
And they all died from the oil spill. The end.
Oh no!
I hope not.
Oh no!
Our dark humor all the time. But yeah, any more statements
Yeah.
about the big melt?
I
only-
can't think of
yeah,
much.
The only thing I wrote down was like during that moment of when Sonia's playing her keyboard in the vain hope that her brothers would hear, and in the distance when Sonic's running, apparently Manic is also running alongside Sonic. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, so Manic's running the same speed as Sonic all of a sudden. He's
Oh
been
yeah,
keeping
I
his
didn't
speed
notice
from
that
us.
till now.
That's a good point, yeah. Whoops.
Just
I
only
actually
more
forgot.
proof that Manic is becoming the better one. Yeah. Who needs Sonic when he's got the Mach speed?
Yeah.
Green streak speeds by. Manic the Hedgehog.
There you go.
Go Green Lightning, go Green Lightning.
Well, with that, I guess we should move to the next episode.
Alrighty.
Alright, time for the preview for Sleepers. Yeah, another weird episode. So, thank you, Sala, for making the teaser for us this time. Very well done with the timing.
The flash
No.
explosion at the end.
Yeah.
I just loved that part at the end of the episode where Sonic's just talking and then there's a huge explosion behind him.
Yeah, especially how fast it goes.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic because I actually did like a quick clip for fun. It's like, oh, like they gotta save Manic from the capsule. Then Sonya shoots the piano and then the capsule explodes. But yeah, that gag didn't make it in.
Had a funny explosion.
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess
I
so.
just wanted to. I wanted to include the bit of like Manic flopping out of the machine, and
Yeah.
also Sonic flying by in the rocket.
Very dynamic shots, yeah. Very smooth animation, too. Sorry, Euan, go ahead.
Yeah, especially with just seeing how, like, Sonya and Cyrus are just keeping the, like, pod from getting away, and yet you got Sonic in the background and foreground just going all over the place, like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course.
It's a very fun action scene, yeah. Anyway, synopsis is for Luke this time.
Yes.
Are you
Yeah, well,
ready?
very long synopsis about this, but I'll try to say it as quick as I could. I mean, it's a pretty good and it's also pretty dark as well. So
Yeah, weirdly enough.
okay, just a little bit, just warming myself up. Okay, here we go. Sleepers. One dark night at a power plant, whilst Queen Alina bangs on about Robotnik being easily distracted by so many things going on, 2 freedom fighters try to sabotage the comm lines, but they got easily discovered and they get covered in smoke. The Sonic Underground triplets are nearby waiting for them. Sonic says there's more than that to get through, but Sonic is impatient. Manic realises that the saboteurs have disappeared and they quickly got discovered by a searchlight. Manic decides that now is the time to show off his impressive duck impersonation. Sonya turns into a twister and takes out the scout ship. The trio leave as more scout ships appear. Back at their hideout, Sonic believes the saboteurs bailed on them. Cyrus reveals that they got captured. Sonic feels bad for being mad and finds out that they are going to be roboticized. So Sonic runs off to try and stop it. But Cyrus reveals that 2 more freedom fighters have disappeared earlier. Manic asks how, and Cyrus replies, "Hell if I know." Sonic blasts off to Robotnik's citadel. Robotnik was like, "Oh goody, I'll put the kettle on." Robotnik orders all the entrances to be opened as he does his jazz routine. Sonic is no fool and knows it's a trap, but he goes in anyway. As Sonic goes into the roboticizing chamber, Robotnik appears on a monitor like he's going to spring a saw trap on him, but he has something else in mind. Robotnik reveals that Sonic is too late. All the freedom fighters that Robotnik has captured have already been roboticized. Sonic freaks out as the cyborgs lumber towards him as if resistance is futile. Suddenly, Sonic falls down a hole in the floor into a room below. Robotnik isn't planning to roboticize him just yet, and instead decides to just shoot lasers at him. Of course, Robotnik didn't eat his Weetabix this morning, as it was a very rubbish trap, allowing Sonic to create a hole in the wall for him to escape. This makes Robotnik crap himself in rage. Back at Underground HQ, the trio are wondering how Robotnik is capturing the freedom fighters so easily. Cyrus says they need a diversion as they have to hit Robotnik's supply ships. Sonic suggests hitting a SWAT-bot substation. As Sonic runs out to create a diversion, he is immediately attacked by SWAT bots and leads them away. Sonya motorbikes down the stairs in a cool fashion and leads more SWAT bots away. Manic distracts some SWAT bots looking like a Cylon who could fly. Sonic spots a prison ship in the middle of the road, so she tries to pull a Canada from Akira and slides under the ship. She can't stop the bike and falls off. Sonya is then immediately surrounded. A stupid-looking missile appears out of nowhere and watches Sonic. Sonic reunites with Manic and saw that Sonya is getting captured. Holding onto Manic's hoverboard, the 2 brothers blast into the moon going after Sonya. Robotnik is looking well chuffed to get one of the hedgehogs roboticized. Manic opens a hole on the ship for Sonic to get into. After some off-screen sound effects which sounds like Sonic being slapped around by a fish, Sonic and Sonya appear and make their getaway. Robotnik wonders why the ship isn't slowing down. The villains just stand around screaming as the ship speeds into the hangar as it crashes off screen. Robotnik might have lost his prize hedgehog, but he's glad that he's roboticized 28 freedom fighters in 1 week. It's revealed that he was making sleeper missiles to spy on the freedom fighters, and that is how he is capturing them. However, he is down to his last one as they are running low on a very rare fuel. The next shipment from the Badlands, won't arrive for another 3 months. Robotnik suggests an alternative source, but it is the only fuel that makes the sleepers work. Robotnik was like, "Screw it, I'll go to the mine myself." Back at HQ, Sonya suggests using a transceiver to work out what's going on, as well as Sonic's idea about chili dogs. Sonic and Manic go to all the chili dog stands as a sleeper missile is keeping an eye on them. The sleeper missile gasses Manic and a small pod appears to collect him. Sonic exits the stand to see Manic being carried off and goes to stop it. As Sonic is trying to stop the pod, a sleeper missile goes after him. Sonya and Cyrus arrive to go after the pod, and Sonic tries to catch the missile, but it was really tough and flies off with it. Sonya tells Cyrus to let go of the pod. Sonya then gets out her keyboard blaster, and instead of blowing up the pod killing her brother, it has a laser cutter setting, slicing the pod open, letting Manic fall out. Meanwhile, Sonic, flying around the sleeper missile, gets a very sore arse bumping on walls, but then the fuel runs out and the missile goes dead. Sonic gets gassed anyway. I could have made a lot of naughty references here with the way Sonic is grinning holding it, but let's not do that. Both hedgehogs wake up with Sonic off screen and Manic looking like he's been on a bender. The group learn about the rare fuel from the captured sleeper missile and that Cyrus knows where it's being mined. Cyrus and the hedgehogs infiltrate the sleeper manufacturing plant. Inside, Cyrus finds his father, who becomes a cyborg servant and lumbers after them. The hedgehogs blast him with the power of love or music or something, and it somehow restored his mind, but it only works for a few minutes. Cyrus's dad helps with their plan of destroying the mine and the sleeper and the miner. Cyrus's dad helps with their plan of destroying the mine and the sleepers with a security override that looks like a glowing gold cookie. Suddenly, music video time with the gang as they destroy the sleepers. Cyrus says one final goodbye to his dad as his mind will only be restored for a few more minutes. The gang tries to escape, but they are stopped by SWAT bots. Sonic shows the glowing cookie, and the SWAT bots were like, "He's got the cookie, let him pass." The gang then steal a shuttle and they leave the manufacturing plant. At the mine, Sleet shows Robotnik that they found a large deposit of the fuel. But then Sonic shows up and then everything blows up, killing them all. The end. Okay, not really. So Robotnik sicks some SWAT bots on Sonic, but Sonic still has the magic cookie and the SWAT bots back off. Sonic steals the mineral off Sleet and runs off. Sonya destroys the mineral and Manic creates a volcanic eruption finishing off the mine. The underground gang drive off into the sunset after another successful act of terrorism. The end.
Just the way we like it. Applause, yes.
Hooray for terrorism!
Yeah.
Like a terrorism, but with good intentions.
Well, that's what I always say. Like, one perspective's freedom fighters, the other perspective's terrorists. Yeah. Oh well.
So real quick, immediately, I have to talk about the stupid fucking badge that Cyrus's dad gives to Sonic. Why does it work this way? So he explains that, like, oh, this will give you the same access as Robotnik himself. But, like, why does it work the way it does? If somehow, first off, it overrides Priority 1 Hedgehog somehow. So these robots can see Sonic with it. It's like, oh shit, Priority 1 Hedgehog. And Sonic's like, no, I'm actually Robotnik. And they're like, oh, cool, chill, understandable, have a nice day. And they just get out of it. Not only does it do that, it later overrides direct orders from Robotnik himself.
Yeah, it's like a reverse Uno card.
Yeah, it's quite the Deus Ex Machina, yeah.
How did this Robotnik's just like programming this badge? It's like, I must make sure that the badge can override orders from me.
Yeah, it's this Robotnik.
How can someone be so simultaneously smart and yet so simultaneously stupid to come up with something like that?
Crap! He's like, the whole thing, and he's like, oh, I could roboticize you now, but now I'll shoot lasers at you.
Yeah, I think even Robotnik is looking a bit grumpy, like he didn't think that far ahead.
Like, shit, maybe I should have made that card thing.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's like next. It's like, overriding everything. Maybe I should remove that from my car keys. Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't even understand why does that.
It's one thing if Cyrus's dad was the one who came up with it, but no, it was Robotnik who came up with that key card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing if Cyrus's dad came up with that behind his back.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no.
But it's like, yeah, if like Robotnik like came up with it, then it's like, why is it there? Why doesn't he have it? And it's like, who is he gonna give it to anyway? It's only just for himself.
So what it's supposed to look like? At first I thought it's supposed to be a can of beans, a cookie. What is it supposed to look like?
Bow down to the shiny cookie.
It's a Willy Wonka ticket.
Oh, it's the golden ticket, yeah.
He's like, golden tickets, my god.
Yeah. Yeah, Robotnik's like, attack the hedgehog. Yeah, well, I got a golden ticket, bitch. It's like, oh, okay.
I gotta go to the ticket.
Exactly. Chanting that song all throughout the entire time. It's like, I got a golden ticket, I got a golden ticket.
I could have said it was I could have said it was like a golden cracker or something.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know. It is kind of hard to describe what exactly it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I kept thinking it looked like some kind of beetle, but no, that's not it either.
Like a golden scarab beetle.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I just had like the dumbest thighs. So we're sitting here wondering what purpose this fucking badge has, and what just popped into my head is, oh shit, I forgot to get a birthday present for Bartleby.
Ah, that'd be sweet.
Oh.
I'm sure Bartleby can really use it when he's getting arrested again.
Yeah.
I just love those like poses with Sonic holding up that car, and it's kind of like just makes you think like, oh, stay where you are, or I will eat this deadly cracker, or this deadly jelly baby.
And become radioactive.
Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't hold this so close to my face.
Looks unhealthy, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but it's so warm and sparkly.
Yeah, especially since he doesn't even need. Why do you even need this Deus Ex Machina keycard? Because all he does is like not having to fight SWAT bots who never put up a fight anyway. He can just defeat them in 2 seconds. Why is this even needed?
Just floating, I assume.
Just glowing, I guess.
Yeah, the ending does quite. Yeah, the ending does quite feel rushed. Where yeah,
Hey,
Robotnik's
so
like,
it's
I
just
finally
the
found.
universe end out.
But yeah, the ending does kind of feel rushed. It's like, I finally found the thing that'll like charge up my missiles. Ha ha ha! And just Sonic's like, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
And immediately a
And
big
that's it.
explosion, yeah. That was so
Yeah.
climax.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember when I said about games Sonic should take lessons about the whole show don't tell? Well, clearly Underground was drunk this day for that one episode.
I guess so. But yeah, this episode is a bit of tonal problems because yeah, it's simultaneously one of the darkest episodes with a lot of robotization going on and Cyrus meeting his father. Yet that's immediately followed up by a goofy music video, and then the whole climax is just stupid. So it feels kind of weird because it kind of reminds me of the episode of Sonic ATM where Sonic meets his Uncle Chuck for the first time. But that had a consistent, like, darker, moody tone. Well, here the tone is all over the place.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, at least the song is kind of relevant to the situation. It's like, oh, you know, dark times we're living in, but, you know, one day we're going to be free from all that, you know. A kind of hopeful kind of song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. It's just weird. It's kind of a sad, tragic scene, and yet like, Manic is just doing the party tutor, and Sonic just like twisting the father around and all that.
Yeah, they're just
That'd
having
be
fun with the music video, and it's like, oh shit, we ran out of time for the whole memory thingy.
I think it would have been so much funny because being as Cyrus's father has his mind restored temporarily, I was expecting it to like run out during the music video.
That'd be the perfect parody
hilarious.
thing, yeah.
Song just
So as I was singing, it was like,
ends
"Fuck
as he
yeah."
rampages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll have it. Oh shit.
Priority number 1. Well, that's the end of the song.
That's the end of the episode. Next episode.
That'd be something. Poor Cyrus.
Yeah.
Also, is this
I
the first
also-
episode Cyrus actually looks more happy or has more face expressions? Usually he always looks so evil.
Yeah, I think it's the first time in a long while that Cyrus is, you know, actually more expressive and not always having that pissed off look for no reason.
I mean, he was a little cheerful in, was it previous live stream we did or something?
Yeah, I guess he
Can't
finally...
really
Probably,
recall.
yeah.
Oh yeah, when he gave him the Robotnik balloons.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, maybe this one is a bit more expressive in terms of like varying degrees of emotions, as opposed to just sticking to one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
also,
guess-
he has a lot more to do in this episode than just be the tech guy that people go to for advice.
That's true.
Yeah. And he
He's actually
joins,
getting in on the action. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he joins Sonic in the gang to like meet his father. So not only that, but I guess he's like, oh, finally I can get away from all those annoying clones of me.
Right.
You know, there's only so much one man can handle his own clones.
Makes sense to me.
I don't know why, but in the lower right-hand corner, that screenshot, Cyrus reminds me of Tails. Something about his face expression.
Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a Tails face. Yeah.
Maybe he is like a surrogate version of Tails.
Even though if you look at his,
maybe.
if you look at his
Kind
eyes,
of has the same coloring as Tails.
like his eyes are a little bit droopy. So I'm not sure.
So
I just realized like
oh,
one pupil. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, go ahead.
So, a weird thing about this episode is the sequence where Manic gets abducted, and Sonic and Sonia both really don't seem all that concerned with it. Like, to the point that, like, Sonic sees the machine, like, flying away with his brother, and he's like, hold on, let me finish my chili dog first.
Where his priorities lie.
Yeah, dogs over bros.
He just stands there and eats the chili dog and then goes after the machine. And then, like, Sonia is just like, well, we can't stop it. I'm gonna shoot it real quick. You know, hope for the best.
Yeah, which of course it ends with a.
Cyrus even's like, but what about Manic? He's like, gotta risk it.
And of course we go with my endings, like, oh, Sonya didn't kill him in the end.
Things
Come on, you guys. You know Manic is the MVP of your team.
Take him more
He would have
seriously.
gotten out of there. He would have gotten out of there anyway.
Yeah. Or maybe it's because they know he's the MVP of the team. He's near indestructible. So.
Oh yeah.
He could take it.
We can't have Robotnik have him.
I thought you were gonna go with they know he's the MVP and they're jealous.
Oh yeah, that's why it's like Sonya stripped him and blows up. Yeah. There, now I'm the MVP.
The awkwardness if she ended up accidentally slicing Manic in half.
Oh yeah. Just slices him in half.
I mean, he's already in a coffin, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Futuristic coffin. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh my god. Darn, I wish I had a sound clip ready real. I'll get to work on something for that. real quick.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, the moment where Sonya summons her, like, keyboard gun. I mean, for some reason, the screenshot that Roger took looks a bit awkward for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
So I was just like, ooh, pretty.
Well, it's just a bit like she has that facial expression on her face, and yet Cyrus is just like going, whoa, all the while the magical pink colours is like tripping him out.
Oh yeah, and your head's like covering most of her body. So it's like, yeah, Sonya, what are you doing there?
It's magical girl
You don't wanna
transformation.
No, it kind of looks like, you know, he's trying to flash him or whatnot.
Oh no.
And that's why Euan's head is in the way.
Get your mind out of the gutter, sir.
Well, hey, I can't help it. I mean, like, Sonic Underground is like prime material for like YouTube poop stuff, and people are just sadly sleeping on it. I mean, come on, this is like free. It's so easy to make fun of it and have like fun.
That's true.
Well, I guess it also doesn't help you're stuck in a trash can.
No.
Ha ha! Singing in the bathtub.
I have noted that they've done a lot of things off screen in this episode, like Sonic rescuing Sonya to do some wacky sound effects, and when the ship came crashing into the hangar, we don't actually see it; it just crashes off screen.
Yeah.
It's more important to see, like, everyone duck.
And Dingo's
A
goofy
long
face.
shot of Dingo's posterior.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I absolutely love Dingo's weird goofy face, and he sees the ship's not going to stop.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're gonna die.
Whoa.
Where is it?
And then pulling the shocked facial expression with his hands on his cheeks, like going, "Oh no!"
Yeah. Oh no.
The screen.
Yeah.
one of the shots when they try to steal a shuttle, but two of the SWAT bots coming to stop him. I think they put the shuttle on the wrong layer as it's one in front of one of the SWAT bots. So either the SWAT bots are really huge or the shuttle is really tiny.
Yeah, that shuttle was made for ants.
Not easy making perspective.
What is it? The shuttle for ants? Yeah.
And of course, Luke's pics of the wacky inflatable swinging guy scene.
Yeah, Robotnik going.
Would be funny to have a Robotnik balloon like that in your car dealership, just to scare everyone off. Prices are too good for you. Get out of here.
There is also that scene where Eggman has only 4 fingers on his hand instead of
really?
5.
I did not notice.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's near the beginning actually. If you move the cursor back a little bit, or the slide back a little
Did I
bit.
have that screenshot then?
Yeah, you do actually.
Oh.
It's yeah.
Oh, I think
Further
I have
back.
it. Yeah. That's got to take a while for you to catch up. Sorry.
Yeah, that doggone delay. Yeah.
Doesn't make it easy. Well, it's still wasting time for Sala to get the sound effect anyway.
Well, there's one of them. There was a second one.
Oh, another one.
Where he is kind of like that car dealership balloon thing. I can't think of what it's called at the moment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he does have.
I think
more
if you go
fingers
like
there.
if you go over like one more to the right. Right there. Yes, that's it.
All right. Yeah, you have 4 fingers.
Okay.
Very delayed, but yeah.
So, you know, this is no longer relevant to the conversation whatsoever. But I was just thinking about the joke someone made of like Sonya slicing through the machine and accidentally cutting Manic in half, and all I could think of was
Yeah.
Sonya wins. Fatality.
Yeah.
I mean, there you go. You know, YouTube proof material, folks. I mean, come on. The show has 40 episodes. You have plenty of material to work off of.
Exactly. You got no.
Well, what's stopping us? I guess maybe we should do it.
I mean, you did do a sample of YTPs with the whole Robotnik
Like-
throwing the radio at the wall.
Yeah, we did do that whole meme compilation with the where are the hedgehogs heading bit. Yeah.
Guess we have to make a bigger one then. Maybe when we're finished with all the episodes.
Yeah, I guess so.
A fun group activity. Why not? Anyway, do we have more about this episode, or shall we move on to the music?
I've got 2 more notes about this episode. One is just at the beginning, like Sonic is like complaining is for some reason he can't figure out why the guys they sent to infiltrate the maximum security facility just randomly disappeared. Oh gee, I wonder where they went.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Why did it never checked up on them in
Like,
person? Because they can just fight all enemies and they can move around super easily. So they have no excuse why they can't just jump down and quickly check on them. So
I can't believe Sonic's first assumption was, oh, they must have bailed on us, and not they got captured.
Yeah. No, they just got hungry and went to the nearest Burger King.
Yeah, screw the mission. I'm hungry.
Sonic has no respect for his colleagues, no.
Yeah, they're just going through the missions like, okay, we gotta trip the wire. Like, oh, is that an Arby's? Yeah, let's go to Arby's.
I did write down like when Sonic's running off to try and rescue, his buddies from Citadel Robotnik, and I noticed the animation error where not only does Sonic seem like he's flying in midair, but yet he's apparently become a giant as he briefly goes behind the Citadel. I'm just like, what the hell's happened to Sonic? He's not going to keep flying, but he's a giant now.
He went and consumed the Mega Mushroom.
Typical Sonic Underground animation problem, yeah. Oh well.
As well as Sonya failing to perform the Akira bike slide.
Oh yeah.
So I was expecting them to reference that, but they didn't. And I was like, how
no.
dare you not include that?
Yeah. And then it blows up. Yeah. Rest in
Akira or
peace on
before
his
it?
bike.
I do remember a bike slide being satirized in a Bollywood movie, but it's like he was
With a horse.
sliding. Yes.
Oh,
that was-
I love that one. That's so
Oh
great.
yeah.
Question though, did this come out before Akira or after it?
So
After.
late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s. So
Akira's
I think Akira
80s.
came out first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Akira was the
Oh,
80s, so
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
This was definitely after.
Hmm.
Okay,
I
yeah.
I also wrote down, like, in the same sort of moment when Sonya gets off her bike just before it explodes, that for some reason the stealth bots, which basically can fly by themselves, are riding on hover bikes, but yet they have no hands to actually control it because both their hands are basically just laser guns. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's a bit of a flaw here, guys.
Guess they have a mental connection with their motorbikes or something.
Or just awkwardly placed sort of control node system or something
Oh
that you
well.
can't see.
Yeah, they're designed by
Ah,
Robotnik.
yeah.
He's the smartest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Robotnik being the smartest, yeah. Despite the whole car key thing.
Classic. You had other nodes, Sala?
No, oh yeah, the other one. Yeah, is it just me or is everyone's voice deeper in this episode?
Yeah, I mostly noticed that with Robotnik. It's like, does Robotnik
Yeah.
sound like he has a cold or something?
I
Or
noticed
did
it
he
with
get-
like all main characters. Like
Well, I mean-
even Sonic, Manic, and Sonya.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand with Sonic because, it's Jilly White's doing his thing, but he definitely sounds much deeper than how he did in the previous shows.
Well, in
Yeah.
one scene where Robotnik is on the monitor, he does seem to be trying to his best Jigsaw impersonation. Hello, Sonic. I want to play a game.
Yeah. Instead of heir to the throne, you'll become the air we breathe.
I'll even inhale you myself.
Oh no.
And get high off of you.
I was so disappointed he got out of that in 3 seconds because they did set it up and it felt like, oh, this is going to be like a big plot point, but no, it's like over in 3 seconds. It took him longer to explain what it is than for Sonic to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, damn it, I knew I should have used concrete and not cardboard for that wall.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I guess it's time for music. Mobius Idol time.
Mobius Idol.
Excellent. With our terrifying
Wait.
ice cream song.
Ah, yes. Our obligatory summer theme, that one.
Alright, so to celebrate the Defected Summer, let's go with Big Melt, Fun in the Sun. Is everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alright, then 3, 2, 1, and go.
We've been waiting so long just to get away. Turn the pressure off and have some fun-filled days. Cruising the beach and riding the waves. The vacation starts today, and we're gonna have fun in the sun. Super vacation. Fun in the sun. Have a good time. Fun in the sun. Relaxation. You know it's been way too long. Well, the tropical beach is looking mighty fine. The palm trees are blowing right in time. There's only one thing on our mind. Vacation starts today. We're gonna have fun in the sun. Super vacation. Fun in the sun. Gonna have a good time. Fun in the sun. Relaxation. You know it's been way too long. Fun in the sun. Vacation. Fun in the sun. Fun in the sun. Fun in the sun.
Fun in the Sun, yay!
Gotta have a good time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Beach Boys. What's the Sala?
Very Beach Boys, yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, well, hey, at least Manic's singing voice is really rocking out the Beach Boys bit.
Yeah.
Again, he's making the most out of it.
Indeed he is.
Ah.
Well, Melty, you're first. What's your thoughts on this song?
This song, let's see, it's kind of a hard one to rank. It's like, well, I do kind of like the Beach Boys theme and whatnot, and yeah, the visuals are like really crazy, most because there's like random objects flying on screen, and yeah, oh, Sonya's now an ice cream. Now she's speaking a different voice, and with the deep voice bit, and then oh, now there's sausages, and yeah, there's some kind of running gag of like, oh, Manic's trying to get a massage, and like, oh, they're patting him, and then they're jumping on him, and then both of them are jumping on him. It's like, no, I don't think his back is that stiff. They just really hate him being the MVP of the group. But yeah, ranking wise, I give it a 3. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Alrighty, Sala, your thoughts.
Fun song. Fun in the sun, you might. Okay. It's silly. I like the Beach Boy vibes. Manic gets to sing prominently, even if it's like if he's just doing a Beach Boys impression. But it's kind of forgettable, and yet somehow like I do remember it like all the time just because of how weird and out of place it feels. So I'll also give it a 3.
Well, everyone is mild. Elise,
Yeah,
you bring
3
up
for
the
3.
plus. 3 for 3, yeah.
Oh boy. I'm gonna break
Oh,
character.
boy.
And I gotta give this a 1.
Ooh.
Ouch.
It does absolutely nothing for me. It just feels so chaotic, out of place, and it's kind of dizzying, to be honest. So
Well, fitting with your picture of number 1 then.
yeah.
Just paralyzed.
It's just so dizzy, and like Manic singing, yeah, but I would have preferred it if he had a bit more singing than this, and also the visuals are just so trippy and out there and not really in a good way either.
So basically, you wanted Manic to do all the singing parts.
Yeah, basically.
Are you sure you didn't give it just a score of 1 because Sonic and Sonia were literally just flattening his legs, like in a sort of like a very almost angry sort of way? It's like, stop being so OP, Manic.
No, I'm giving it a 1 because of that. They're beating up on my boy. So
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, damn your
I'm my
stupid
boy.
stiff neck. Yeah, nobody.
And
can
also,
catch
as I
Tom
said,
Brady.
their beach attire does nothing for me. So
It's kind of weird, yeah. Alright, fair enough.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to be a little more positive. I'm bringing it to a 4 because I really love the instruments and all that. But yeah, it's kind of funny how this song has absolutely nothing to do with the episode. Although it makes me laugh, so I don't really mind. But yeah, it kind of feels slapped on. Like, well, we don't want to make a song about the Arctic. But yeah, I kind of like the instruments. And the visuals make me laugh, I have to be honest. So 4 for me. Luke, what do you think?
I actually enjoyed this song. It's like has that awesome, really fun Beach Boys vibe. The visuals are really hilarious. I'm going to be super honest with this, and I'm going to give it a 5.
All right.
Oh wow.
Ah.
Oh my, you and Elise are against each other.
Elise.
And this is probably the
I wouldn't
first
say
time we
that.
have. This is probably the first time we have a ranking where one gives it a 1 and the other one gives it a 5.
Nope.
No, there's been others.
Oh,
Teach
Ah.
children light the way. Roger gave that a 5 for some reason.
oh yeah. Yeah, because he knows that's your favorite song.
I'm sorry, I like stupid stuff. I have a soft spot for stupidness. But yeah, you and your thoughts on this song.
Well, I did. Well, when I was first listening to it, I was just busy typing stuff out, and then when I was seeing all the weird images going, I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Am I high again? Yeah.
Well, 'cause true because it's like, okay, I'm seeing like Robotnik and Sleet and Dingo landing headfirst into the sand for no reason, and then I'm seeing like a sausage literally just spinning around on the screen. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this song? But of course it was like so weird and out of their sort of thing that I enjoyed it. As for the song itself, I did also enjoy it, and it's also always nice to have Manic at least get some moments, even if it is like a ooh sort of moments in that sort of pitch voice. But I think I'll be generous and give it a 4.
Ooh my.
Yeah. I know I'm being oddly generous, but yeah.
Yeah, we're making Elise angry. Now it's gonna send her bows at us.
Run for your life! Got the crossbow.
I did like some of the visuals though that were so random of Robotnik and Sleet and Dingo getting beat up for whatever reason.
Yeah, like, oh, what did I ever do to you, hedgehogs?
It's like,
Everything.
what specifically? I mean, what specifically?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
specifically?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What did I do to you guys? Everything.
Yeah. Noticed that there's been like quite a few frees in the chat with this song. So basically, they get like 3 upside down bad guys out of 5. In the chat.
How
Just
fitting.
missing
Yeah.
Scratch and Grounder.
I guess it's a tradition for Sonic for characters to get their head stuck in the sand. Happened to Sonic Avenger, happened to Sonic Elise, and now it happens here.
Sonic X,
Yeah.
Sonic did get his head stuck in the ground at one point.
There you go.
Yep,
Oh yeah.
it happens a lot.
Is it a proper Sonic thing without someone getting their head stuck in the ground? Why not?
Yeah. I guess they should rename the series Sonic the Ostrich.
There you go.
Well, it's called Sonic Underground.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bit
Yeah.
of a delay, but
Finally, I got a pun.
Hallelujah.
And it took the worst song.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think that got a combined score of 20 points.
20
Alright.
exactly. Yep.
$20.
Not too bad.
Upgrade.
Well, fitting, everyone gives it a 3, so I guess it's fitting it kind of ends in the middle. Alrighty, sleepers, have it all again. Are we ready?
Yep.
Hey,
Yep, I'm ready.
Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Someday we'll have it all again. We'll be rocking out with all our friends. Keep on believing that we're gonna win. And someday we'll have it all again. We'll be dancing to the music all night long. Let our backbone slip till the break of dawn. Still partying hard when the morning comes. Say goodbye to the moon. Hello, Mr. Sun. Gonna be a glorious day, my friend, when the gang is running this town again. We gotta keep the faith and try to be strong. We know it's not gonna be long. Someday we'll have it all again. We'll be rocking out with all our friends. Keep on believing that we're gonna win. Someday we'll have it all again. Someday we'll have it all again. We'll be rocking out with all our friends. Keep on believing that we're gonna win. Someday we'll have it all again. Someday we'll have it all again.
Yay! There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, Melty, what do you think of this song?
I think I really like this song. It just has like a nice beat, like nice upbeat to it, and like after listening to the song, I think I just realized this is one of the few songs where the song goes like an octave higher near the end. I don't recall that many.
It does have a key
songs with that.
change.
Yeah,
near
key
the
change.
end.
That's what I meant. Yeah. But yeah, it's nice. Like, it is kind of weird. It's like, oh, let's break out into song, blah blah blah, and you know, with the whole like, oh, we're on a time limit with the whole, you know, Cyrus's dad and his memories and blah blah blah. But yeah, I guess in some ways, like, to be fair, like, we actually do see them like destroying the missiles that they're, you know, trying to do first, and then head off to the mines. But yeah, I liked it. I don't know, maybe I might be a bit too generous with this, but fuck it, I'm giving it a 5. I just really like the beat to it. A nice upbeat energy to it. Yeah.
Alrighty, Sala, you're next.
Yeah, this one feels like, for some reason, iconic to me. For some reason, to this day, years later, like even before we started doing this song randomly gets stuck in my head every now and then. So like, you know, I don't think it's one of their better songs, but like, it's so catchy and fun, and I love it. So I gotta give it at least a 4. I'm giving it a 4.
All right, a 4 it is. Elise, what do you think? Better Beach Boys?
Yes, I'm giving it a 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just love the energy of the song. I love how hopeful it is, and what are you doing, Roger? To Sala's icon. Okay.
Roger's a bit bored at the moment.
Apparently. Rocking that mustache.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I like how upbeat it is. I love how catchy it is, and I also like how there's a lot of hope in the song, where it's like someday we will have it all again, you know. And so yeah, and I also like that key change. So I feel like the song is a lot more dynamic than a lot of the other songs, and I like it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I give it a 5.
Alrighty. I think I give it a 4. It's pretty good. I also love the keychain and the positivity. It does kind of feel weird because it feels like it tells a whole story about the father of Cyrus, and the song about hope of being cured from being roboticized. But it's only like 5 minutes of the plot of the entire episode, so it kind of does feel weird that the rest of the episode isn't really about this. But not that it really matters. But yeah, the song is really catchy and sounds great. So, 4. Mr. Luke, your thoughts?
Yeah. Also find it very catchy. I like how they're all singing in sync, and like it accompanies the music, what's going on with the blowing stuff up. So yeah, it's a 5 from me.
Couple explosions and Luke is happy.
Yeah, I might also need a bigger moustache as well.
Yeah, you want a bigger moustache? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, try to moustache me.
You have to start
Ultimate
doing
mustache.
Elise's stash at this point.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah. She wants to she mustache you a question.
No. No.
Oh dear, let's see if that's gonna happen.
You know, someday we're gonna have it all again.
Oh no.
Someday we're all gonna have tashes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're all gonna have sketches. Hooray!
But yeah, Euan, your thoughts?
Well, overall I did enjoy this song as well. I mean, the hopefulness of the song, like it. Eventually they'll have it all again, as well as the key change, I suppose is the best way of describing it.
Yeah, key change.
Yeah, there was one moment though I kind of made me, for some, not like a negative thing, but when I saw like Sonic, Sonia, and Manic basically just like strutting along on top of the world with that sort of look on their face, and for some reason I just kept on thinking like, why are they reminding me of the UK version of Dennis the Menace? I don't know why.
It's like, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you.
Totally. Like me. We're gonna beat the shit out of you lot.
Yeah.
So we can have it all again.
But I don't know why that one shot of them just like, yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. That's just so hilarious.
Me and the
It's a
squad
better,
on the way-
although this is a much better song than Wishes, knowing what I know now. Like this song is much better.
Me and the squad on our way to beat you up.
Yeah.
Well, they are at least making efforts about to go about their revolution. Wish, in knowing what I know now, they're just playing shadow puppets in a basement.
Good.
Also, was that also done in the Animaniacs intro with them like strutting on top of a globe? Or am I thinking?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, from the intro too. True. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Ewan, what's your score?
I think I'll give it 5 exploding sleeper missiles out of 5.
Hmm.
All right.
5.
Yeah, so
There was a
after-
pattern where it's like that's 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and now 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it,
That's
you
okay.
broke the
I'm
pattern.
a combo breaker.
That's okay.
But hey, overall very positive. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It joins alongside.
You
You
can't,
can't
own
own
everything.
everything.
Hilariously ironic.
Yeah.
Because
Quite the
you
opposite.
can't own everything, but someday we'll have it all.
Yeah. And then because clearly you're part of the problem.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're,
Although I
you
think-
want me to fix the problem because I can do that for you.
Hey.
And now I'm getting gassed to death.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Can I
All the
just
while smiling.
say that I am very impressed that we went through the whole of that episode without making any phallic references to the sleepers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, other than you. But
You broke it
Yeah.
now.
And you're the one that brought it up, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame on you.
It's not usually our kind of humor now.
No,
After all, we have a lady present here.
of course.
I'm of course referring to Melting Man.
Oh, thanks a lot.
It's because you gave me that shower cap, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. At least it's more manly than Melty.
He's just taking
Yeah,
good
I
care
mean-
of his hair.
sorry, Elise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lisa's rocking that summer outfit. Yeah, it looks nice on her.
Thanks. I like the straw hat.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good.
And all the while the nephew's going, "Woo!"
Yay! Yay! Ewan's dying!
Oh no! No!
You were dying, woo!
No! Oh
Yeah, and Sal's just watching. It's like, ah, nice.
no!
Very nice.
Drama.
You keep making it worse and worse.
I can't tell if Luke is like cheering in excitement or just realize he's about to land on Roger.
We have
Either that or he's very impressed by my pink umbrella. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
pretty.
All three at the same time. Why not?
and you look like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
yes. Unfortunately, I do. So it can end up in many ways. And of course, one of them's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh well, silly drama.
Yeah, poor Euan and his droopy ears. Yeah.
Indeed. So now we're going to Sonic Archie and Sonic Boom at the same time. Oh my!
Yeah.
Well,
like technically.
yeah. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to sign off here because I gotta be somewhere. So.
Fair enough. Enjoy your day. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a good rest of your week, okay?
Sure will.
Thanks.
you.
Yeah.
And you
Have
too.
fun with your nephews.
Thank
and
you.
You as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Talk to you soon, okay?
You.
All right.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Well, bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Doodles.
Alrighty. I guess you just really hate Sonic Boom. I had to run. No, that stinks.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised Melty's still here anyway.
Well, I did say like I would be more willing to like sit through the comics because of how short it is. But also it's gonna be interesting because I feel like this is gonna be like our first time, or at least our first experience of reading through Sonic Boom. Like me, I think I've mentioned outside of the crossover thing, I only read like the first 2 issues, and then while prepping up for this stream, I kind of skimmed over the rest of it to like get certain details. Like, okay, so this happens, and then just planning ideas ahead of time. But yeah, it's still new to me.
Could be interesting. I mean, this is the first time I go back to Sonic Boom now since it ended. And of course, at first I was really confused what the tone of the series was supposed to be and what it meant for the main series and all that. But now we're years further, so now we can kind of look at Sonic Boom as its own little entity more. So maybe we can give it more of a fair shot. See,
Yeah, especially since this year will be its 10th anniversary.
Man, time flies. I'm so old.
Do you not feel very old now?
Yeah, well, this month
this came out 10 years ago.
Well, this month I'm gonna be turning 31, so I can officially be bringing up that one Mole Man clip when it happens.
Oh no! But yeah, at least one thing I'll enjoy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hans Mole Man, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And that's the story of how Sonic ruined my life. I'm 31 years old.
So you're middle-aged.
Don't rub it in.
I think I'll enjoy the comic more than the show
think we
because
have
the art style looks way better in 2D. Sorry, Euan, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, stop rubbing it in. It's like, dude, I think most of us are way older than you are.
I think Melty is
yeah,
the
that's
youngest.
true.
Maybe Elise. Elise and Melty are the youngest, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
If you want to feel old, as of Tuesday the 2nd, it has now been 20 years since I started voice acting for Roger.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I did see that tweet. Yeah. Yeah, quite the leap there.
Congratulations.
2 decades.
Yeah, and to
Oh, yeah.
celebrate, I guess Soul Ascension 2 is with also has Luke's voice, so
Hooray!
Even to the-
Celebrations all around.
I guess so. And of course, Glide the Dragon. So man, you had 2 games coming out this month with your voice in it. Right, Glide was this
Well,
month,
yeah.
though, right? Like, I'm losing
Well,
track of
last
time.
Well, I think they said the demo was out, and
Yeah, the demo.
I
I
haven't
meant.
keeping.
Oh,
Yeah, and being reworked and such.
Yeah.
it's no longer a demo. It is now Glide the Dragon Prologue.
Yeah, because there's been a bit of a
Separate game.
conflict behind the scenes with like the team like not agreeing with the lead developer's vision or something, and decided to leave, and like the lead developer wanted to like do it his own way with the with like a new team or something.
Ooh, that sounds
You
heavy.
build.
Yeah.
Something about
Yeah.
changing it to a different engine, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oof.
Yeah, and the
Boy.
team didn't like the sound of it.
Wow, so they're
Yeah.
starting from scratch then.
Yeah, so it's
So?
going to be like on hiatus and that. But I'm pretty proud of what we got so far with the demo
Yeah.
and that. And this is a role I'm actually proud of.
Very well.
Yeah, it's a shame
Huh.
the main voice actor's gone, but hey, that could open up opportunities. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm just pointlessly looking at Melting Man because he was grumbling.
Oh
a little
yeah.
while ago, saying like, "Oh, I
Yeah, why
wanted to
why
join
did you
this."
guys invite me to the voice acting? Yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't
that was.
Well, that's
but
how it is.
but yeah, like them switching over to a different engine. It's like, yeah, so they're switching over to a different engine. How ironic with the topic that we're covering on and how that particular Sonic brand had to switch over to a different engine.
Yeah. So
Oh
Yeah.
no.
At least for the first game. Like the 3DS games kind of stuck to their guns, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a little tragic story on itself. And one thing we never really talked about in Sonic Dissected, I think, was because I didn't really play the game much. I mean, eventually Euan gave me a copy, so.
Yeah, got a copy for you. And you were able to at least play it to begin with when you were over last time. And you were like, well, okay, it's not too bad. I was expecting much worse considering how everyone was grumbling. But then again, I suppose because I was in the room with you talking, and yet you weren't hearing all the characters just repeating phrases. And I'm like, ooh, wings. Ooh, a spring.
It has
These
its
raps
problems.
don't go up.
For the most part, I kind of liked it, but it's kind of low energy. But then again, Sonic in general is kind of low energy these days. I mean, even Sonic Forces is painfully low energy.
Oh yeah.
I hope
freaking
they pick
Sonic
it up at
Forces.
some time. But yeah, that's a story for another time. Anyway, back to Sonic Boom comic. Jeez, going off topic a little.
Yeah, let's. Oh yeah, I think it was kind of a while ago. You said you might like the comics better because of the artwork, and that's interesting because Evan Stanley, at least for the first 2 issues, is the main artist, and oh yeah, the same gal that worked a bit on Archie Sonic. It is now the current head writer of IDW Sonic.
Yeah, funny how that goes.
Yep.
An explosive career. First starting out with a fan comic of Ghosts of the Future.
Yeah, her popular.
And then suddenly, like, her art style changing from how it first appeared to now how it looks today, and I'm like, God damn, you could definitely see the difference. Even though it's like 10 or so years.
Ah.
Even here, it already looks amazing. So, yeah, very
yeah.
talented.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty late into Archie Sonic's run in general, yeah. Right before the whole Worlds Unite crossover, but yeah.
Also, can we even bring up the statement at the beginning of the cover? Based on the hit video game. Ooh, that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh well, at least the TV series was a success.
Meh.
Successful enough to get like a second season.
So
Yeah,
kind of
even if they shoved it to Boomerang and told no one about it.
yeah, the series didn't get a fair shake. Oh well.
As well as Universal, like here in the UK, released season 1 on DVD, but they never released season 2, which most people say is the better of the 2 seasons.
Yeah, that is strange. I know over here we got like a small handful of DVDs, and we did get a complete series Blu-ray set. A pretty snazzy looking steelbook cover, which is kind of a bit misleading when you actually watch the show, because the cover's like, oh, action adventure, and that's nothing like that in the show.
For the most part, at least, yeah. It's just everyone just standing around and just talking about mundane stuff, like life.
Rhino says something in the comments. Most Sonic YouTuber channels are currently watching Uzuka answering questions. Whoops, sorry. Is there something going on right now?
Yeah, I think there was some kind of like big announcements like, oh, it's something related to like Shadow or Sonic X Shadow Generations, blah, blah, blah. And that happened today. It's like, yeah, we're definitely not going to have time to talk about that.
Bad timing, but hey, this is scheduled. We do this every 2 weeks, so we can't help it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's why we're always cursed to have like Sage come out ahead of time or blah blah blah.
Always one day before our stream, or right now during our stream.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
Or like how today, like someone just managed to reveal the leaked sort of package for the upcoming Sonic 3, like 2.5-inch figures, where we get like a clean sort of image of how movie Shadow will look.
Yeah, because I've also
that most thing that most people talk about is like, damn, his spikes are very huge.
Also, apparently someone said, an image of movie Shadow has been leaked, but very badly on a popcorn bucket.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I heard about the popcorn bucket, but I never really saw it because I think it was taken down when I heard it. Well, let's just hope it doesn't look anything like the Dune popcorn bucket.
Indeed. But yeah, apologies for people watching now that they miss out on more interesting stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, why hang out with a contradicting guy running Sonic when you've got us?
I gotta admit, I can barely see any of Izuka's interviews without laughing or kind of getting annoyed by him. Like, he's always saying stupid stuff. Then again, I guess it doesn't help that I reading in translation of what he says. Maybe in Japanese it would have made more sense. But that's the story for another time. I think we stalled enough. Who's doing the synopsis of Sonic Boom, issue 1?
That's be me.
That'd be you. Okay, Euan.
Yes. So I started writing down the basics of it, and then I just thought, I'll just do the synopsis for it, and then I'll leave the other one to whomever chooses. I think it was Sala.
That was me.
Alrighty, well, kick us off, Euan. What's our first Sonic Boom comic book all about?
Yep, the story is called Getting a Little Bolder, Part 1 of, 1. Yep. So, yeah. Eggman is in a large mech machine and is attempting to bury Sonic in the sand forever. but the blue blur effortlessly runs up the mech's leg and arms to hit the windscreen, leaving his footprints on it, much to the Doctor's annoyance. Tails then turns up with both him and Sonic dropping their full logo names as they both work together to take the mech out, but Tails gets distracted by all the bells and whistles the robot has, with Eggman pointing out it only uses 1.21 gigawatts of power, with Tails responding with a "Great Scott!" as Sonic reminds his two-tailed friend that they're supposed to be fighting here. Knuckles then turns up introducing his own name logo as he shouts out to Eggman that his robot doesn't look so tough, only to get stepped on, with the dazed Echidna pointing out that the robot's foot size is a 160. Amy comes in to help Knuckles up as he gives her name logo a drop. Amy complains to Knuckles how he just let the robot step on him, though she then orders Knuckles to get into position and for Tails to keep Eggman distracted long enough for everyone to get ready. With everyone ready, including a confused Eggman, Amy and Knuckles damage the rear knee joints to the mech, while Sonic and Tails dash to Eggman's windscreen, knocking the mech over with a big kasploosh. As Sonic rides a confused Knuckles as a surfboard, Tails using his own tails to ride the wave, and Amy managing to stay in the wave without a board to keep her up for some reason. I'm not sure how that works in real life, but okay. Sonic pops off from Knuckles' back, congratulating everyone on a job well done. Sonic then questions where Eggman's gone, with Tails looking through his binoculars saying he's backstroking his mech back to his base for repairs. Just then, Styx the Badger turns up yelling at the others that it's an emergency, with Sonic dropping her name logo for her to relax that Eggman was defeated. She grumbles at Sonic for saying her name as a logo before going on that Tails' house has been robbed. Tails asks what was stolen, his tools, nuclear rubber bands, vintage drills, but Styx says his house got robbed, where all that's left is a man-shaped hole in the ground. Amy corrects Styx that Tails' house was stolen, not robbed, but she ain't too interested on that. The distraught Tails yells at who stole his house, with Styx saying it was a cyborg rock golem, with everyone looking at her like she's crazy. But she insists it was a cyborg rock golem as she saw it get up from the ground and carried off Tails' house on its head. With Sonic pointing out that Robotnik is sneaky enough to leave a rock golem at Tails' house but not attack them in their sleep. Tails isn't interested as his house is now gone, with Amy assuring him that they'll get it back and just needing a plan. Sonic gives a step-by-step plan of 1. Find the rock cyborg, 2. Smash it without wrecking Tails' house, 3. Get the house back to its spot, and lastly for number 4, party! Though Amy and Tails point out the flaw in the plan being not to smash the house part, with Sonic saying they'll figure it out along the way while asking Knuckles if he has any input, but he can only respond with, can rocks even be a cyborg, resulting in everyone face-palming. Amy tries to explain simply to the dim-witted Echidna that Eggman managed to set up a device under Tails' house. The device, once activated, got up surrounding rocks to make the rock golem. The rock golem ran off with Tails' house, which they need to get back. She finishes off if he understands, which he says he gets, except the part about the cyborg, rocks and house, asking if she can repeat it one more time, as Sonic and Tails try to prevent Amy from whacking Knuckles with her Pico Pico hammer. Just then they notice Styx is sniffing the ground, with Amy believing she must have caught the scent of the rock golem, and they start following her. Sonic mentioned how amazed he is at her feral talents from her life in the wild, as Tails mentioned none of his gizmos could find a rock golem as easily as her nose would. However, Styx said she just thought the grass smelt nice, but pointed out the giant footprints the golem left behind. Sonic wonders what size sneakers it would need, with Knuckles suggesting it probably being 160 as he was gathering intelligence from the fight from earlier, though Amy insults Knuckles by saying he apparently retained none of his intelligence, with the red echidna giving her a moody look. Styx then points out she's found the rock golem as it's walking in the distance with Tails' house on its head. Tails checks his house and is amazed that everything is still intact. Knuckles points out how the golem's hat looks like Tails' house, though Amy points out to him that it is Tails' house, though the confused Echidna didn't know Tails lived in a house and inquires if it needs a postcode or a hat size for it. Sonic then rushes off while telling the guys to get ready to ambush the golem near the open lot while he tries to bring the golem back to them. Sonic, getting the attention of the rock golem, assumes that it's programmed to hate its guts, which proves correct, as its attention is now focused on Sonic as it starts leading it back to Tails' workshop area while dropping a second name logo. Styx swings herself up to Tails' house and messing up the gutters to make sure that there aren't any illegal wiretaps. Tails just asks her to get off the golem as it ain't safe, though Styx points out that there is no golem stomping around on top of the golem. Meanwhile, back at Tails' workshop area, Amy is trying to get things just right, though Knuckles is grumbling that he's missing out on the action, which Amy tells him that Sonic is bringing the action here, and they must get ready when it does. Though after a bit of back and forth, Amy sternly tells Knuckles for the sake of Tails to actually think, for 5 minutes, as she walks into position, which leaves Knuckles not looking happy at all. Sonic runs past the two, telling them it's coming. Just as it arrived, then, in a coordinated attack, Knuckles and Amy smash the legs of the golem, then Tails and Amy perform a kick attack on the main body, and then Sonic spin attacks the golem's eye, smashing it out of the body, causing the rock remains to crash back into place, including Tails' house. As Sonic and Tails congratulate each other, Styx points out it's raining stones like her fortune cookie said, but then mentions she likes the renovations done to the place with the new paved walkway, rock garden and quarry, all the while Knuckles is looking very moody. Next day in Eggman's base, the Doctor demands Cubot to hurry up with his breakfast as it loses its evilness if it gets cold. The doorbell rings and Eggman orders Orbot to tell them to go away. As Orbot opens the door, to reveal it's Knuckles with an ominous-looking smile, telling the Doctor if he wants to team up. The end.
Alrighty. You know, a synopsis is supposed to make the story shorter. If you're gonna say literally every single line, we might as well do a whole dub of the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I apologise. Because I think it's just the fact I'm just not too used to doing like a big, like a comic like this, because I've been too used to, Fleetway, so suddenly having to do like an entire, like, multiple pages longer than like 2 or 3 parts sort of thing, and of course like it goes on, I'm just like, oh dear, it's like, please tell me that I'm nearing the end of the comic at this point.
It's a whole different structure, yeah.
Yeah, because I think there was a point I was like, I couldn't even be bothered to mention about the whole back and forth thing going on with Amy and Knuckles, so I just wrote down after a bit of back and forth. Because I think
Good
that was
idea,
kind of that point.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I think I better not go into too much detail because I'm having a hard time trying to write that out to begin with.
Fair
Like
enough.
that when I was writing up my synopsis, I thought like I was like explaining a bit too much, so I was like trying to wrap things up near the end.
Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like I'm the only one that doesn't write notes for like story synopsis. I just do them more off the cuff. Yeah.
yeah, impressive that you can remember so many details. Yeah, it's quite an art synopsis. I screwed them up all the time myself. But anyway, yeah, the comic. Yeah, I love the art, like I said. Very dynamic. Love Sonic's poses and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always does a good job of the artwork.
Incredible
Yeah.
colors.
Though, of course, at times, like, the further the character is away from, like, the panel, the more crudely they're drawn.
Yeah, it does look weird from like if like the camera's like shooting from the above, like looking down on the ground. You see them; they're so small, and it just looks like random scribbles. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like it was put through like a smoothing filter or something, and it just came out all jaggedy.
Yeah, it's like with Styx with far away. She kind of looks like has a bit of a tiny face.
Yeah. Tiny little head.
Well, that kind
For
of
some reason.
worked with the sense of humor they have, I guess.
Yeah. And for some reason, like in the bird's eye view of the characters noticing the giant footprints, and for some reason Tails is almost sporting like my character's colours of yellow and brown for some reason.
Kind of looks like Pikachu.
It's
Kind of
you.
looks kind of looks like an Eevee.
Oh yeah, it does kind of.
Jolteon!
Yeah, Jolteon.
It almost looks like Amy and Knuckles have a human face in a costume.
Oh yeah. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, like Styx's head from that like tiny shot, her head actually looks more like a fusion of her head and Silver's.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
kind of the
man,
angle that it's drawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, it's kind of amusing. You might just see it as a joke in and on itself. Because the artwork normally is awesome.
Yeah. And of course, poor Tails, like his reaction to seeing how big the footprint is like,
Whoa!
Yeah, so, whatever.
it's like, oh shit, it's huge. I was half hoping it'd just be human-sized.
Just a little human-sized rock golem carrying Tails' entire house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also love the design of the rock golem. It looks like something out of a Miyazaki movie.
Oh yeah, it does.
Maybe that's the idea, yeah. Castle in the
I was
sky.
actually
Sorry, go ahead.
I was actually half expecting that it wasn't Eggman's robot. It just happened to be a random rock golem that was living under Tails' house. But no, it was actually just a Eggman robot for some reason.
Too bad, because they do have golems in the Sonic Boom universe, like Agent. And
Oh, yeah.
I guess it makes sense to do a Miyazaki style, because all the Sonic characters also resemble them. I mean, that's the first thing I thought when I saw their new designs. It's like, oh, this looks like a Studio Ghibli movie now. Too bad the tone never followed that. That would have been much better, but oh well.
Dim-witted Knuckles and Amy just being like, "Oh, you're so stupid, Knuckles. Why can't you be
Yeah.
smart like me?"
Yeah, Knuckles and Amy's dynamic is really annoying. I'm
Yeah,
not
her being
enjoying
the
that.
grammar Nazi and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, after reading this, I was kind of reminded why I despise Boom Amy, because, like, personally, I always just saw her more as the Karen of the group. You know, that annoying asshole.
In the TV show, I didn't notice it too much, mostly because every episode she had a different personality. But here, yes, she really is like an annoying Karen.
Yeah.
It kind of bothers me because it's written by Ian Flynn, and like he already changes a lot of things about Amy, like her original personality he completely eliminates because he hates it. So it does give it a bit of an idea that he is kind of like changing her personality into this, which doesn't make me happy because Amy's really annoying here. Especially since it doesn't really work with the whole lighthearted, fast humor of this comic. Like he's constantly like angry about everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like about the Boom comics is like it's a huge throwback to the very early issues of Archie Sonic, especially with the logo drops.
Yeah, it's definitely a throwback to Mike Gallagher's writing for Archie Sonic from way back, especially when they do the whole logo bits of their names. Like, of course, like it's more of a running gag here, where unlike in early Archie Sonic, it was always like the start of the issue. It was like, oh, Sonic the Hedgehog, he's over there. That kind of thing.
It kind of begs for voice acting, like dubbing, where you can do that part like very dramatically. Hi, my name is Sonic the Hedgehog. I am over here. Like all of a sudden, the voice gets more dramatic with an echo and all that.
Yeah, I think another thing that's well, one thing I recently discovered was that one recurring gag that's in this comic is that whenever there's like, you know, those onomatopoeias of like sound effects, apparently the gag is that they always have to start with a cur. So it's like, oh, it's Cur Splash, Cur Creek, Cur insert onomatopoeia here. Yeah.
Cur smash,
Yeah.
cur boom. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so that's something that's more prominent in the next issue, but in this one, yeah, as soon as the rock golem shows up, every sound effect starts with cur, including Eggman's doorbell.
That's the
Goes
punchline, yeah.
Kerding Kerdong.
Kerding Kerdong, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the punchline. Because up to this point, it kind of works. Like, yeah, I guess that sound does work, but there it does kind of ruin it. Which, of course, makes it a funny punchline, yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. That was a fun detail.
they double down on it in the next issue.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more of it in the future.
Alrighty. Yeah, what
Should we
else?
briefly talk about the off panel?
Oh,
we
yeah,
ignored
the,
the F panel.
Why? I know why.
Yeah, so I'll give a quick summary. So, like, off panels are basically a reoccurring thing in Archie Sonic, where it's just, oh, just quick little short gag comics, da-da-da. So, like, with main Archie Sonic, back then it was more of just, oh, Sonic and the gang interacting with, like, the staff members at Archie Comics, you know, wacky stuff in the office kind of stuff. But much later on, the jokes started to focus more on in-universe gags. So, like, one example is, like, oh, Sonic and August are freaked out. It's like, oh, no, the Death Egg's in the background. It's coming for us. And then they stop, and then Sonic, like, picks it up. It's like, oh, wait, it's just a model. But yeah, so here it's a little more like a single page one, because usually off panels are just short, like 3-strip ones. But yeah, this one's a little longer than usual.
Alright, so give us a synopsis. What happens in this off panel?
It's basically just Sonic and the gang, like, oh yeah, welcome to the Sonic Boom. We got new friends, new adventures, blah blah blah. And yeah, Sonic gets pretty jealous that they're all suddenly wearing scarves. Like, no, I'm supposed to be rocking the scarf. Where, yeah, Knuckles is green, Tails is blue, which actually looks kind of good at him. And now that I think about it, it looks more like Ray from how he looks like from Archie, like post reboot Archie.
Yeah.
And then Amy's like much more pinker, and of course Styx is wearing a tinfoil around her neck. But then it's like, oh yeah, then near the end, it's like, oh, Sonic's like, oh, if you want to, submit some questions or artwork like how we usually do with main Archie Sonic, then go to this web address and blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly Eggman shows up like, I personally rock the scarf. And he's like, not helping.
I make this look good. Not helping.
Alrighty, so Sally, you had something to say about the off-panel comic?
Yeah, it's nice. It kind of just makes me think like, oh yeah, I remember those days of off panels, which it kind of sucks that IDW doesn't really do that. Because funny enough, they had, Archie has sonograms with the letters and the artwork, and IDW Sonic has something similar to that with the Letter Squad. The only difference is that they don't have no off panels. So, yeah, despite my grudge against Boom, it's like, yeah, it's nice every now and then to get an off panel.
Alright, thanks, Sala. Melting Man, what is your thought of this off-panel?
Are you confused or something? Or
No, you are.
Yeah. Because
wait, I interrupted. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not notice that.
silly,
Oh my
silly
gosh.
sausage.
So it's just Knuckles giving his best JoJo pose with that Joseph Joestar scarf. It looks very nice.
Also,
it has emeralds on it.
yeah. Also, I just remembered like one of the old dissected episodes where we talked about Sonic Boom, and I think like the intro screen had like all the characters with scarves and Robotnik looking very fetching with his own scarf, with chiseled chin.
Oh yeah, I was mostly reminded of that one bit from his well, I think it was the Identity Crisis one. It's like, Boom Sonic's not doing it for me. Maybe he needs a bigger scarf and a hat. No, he still reminds me of my uncle.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was a fun panel. It's nice to see the others with the scarf.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta say, even though I don't like how dumb Knuckles is, I do kind of like his optimistic energy. That is, I do kind of find that kind of endearing. Like I was saying, enthusiastic to join in with the Avengers and all that. That is kind of refreshing compared to like Knuckles from the games, who's more reserved.
Ah, yeah. And of course, me, it's like when it comes to Boom Knuckles, yeah, we don't talk about Boom Knuckles. But that's just me.
Fair enough. He is kind of irritating, especially this one with Amy. But I do kind of find his enthusiasm endearing, even though the stupidity kind of gets irritating. Especially since that's the only joke. Like, they don't really do anything else.
Yeah, for some reason I feel like Boom Knuckles is much dumber here than he is in the show. And
Well, that's impressive.
yeah, tune in next issue where Knuckles is nothing but a drooling dummy. He just stands there and drools all the time.
Silly is asking, what kind of scarf would we wear?
Oh boy.
Ah. Well, I remember I have a Doctor Who scarf somewhere with obviously the fourth Doctor, but if my own personal scarf, I mean, like aside from the ascot that I usually wear with my mining attire, I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, I would go for that. The fourth Doctor scarf. My mum knitted one for me a while back.
Ooh, nice.
No, those are hard to draw, you bastards.
Yeah, and I used it for my fourth Doctor cosplay when I went to Comic Con years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Of course.
I obviously go with a very long pink scarf, a la Beautiful Joe.
Literally wrapped up.
So I guess for my scarf, I don't know, for some reason I just thought of like, oh, maybe if Crash Bandicoot had a Sonic Boom Mist design, that could be interesting. So like, sure, let's have a Crash Bandicoot themed scarf. My boy Crash.
Crash Bandicoot themed, huh? Alright.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess I was just thinking more of like, what if Crash's like Titans and Mutants design had like something had some Sonic Boom S designs added in. So I don't know. That's just kind of the idea that popped into my head.
Yeah, good question. It does have a little bit of a Sonic Boom-ish feel to it, that Crash game, yeah.
Yeah, the Crash game I was so against back in my classic Crash fanboy phase, but yeah, nowadays I'm a little more nicer to it. I've kind of warmed up to it for the most part.
Alrighty.
I was about to say, and surprisingly, Luke's scarf is managing to defy physics.
Oh yeah, it's just there.
It's,
Yeah, I do remember Euan. You did do a picture of like Luke the Fox as the Fourth Doctor years ago.
Yeah, with a 3D made TARDIS.
Ah.
Although it was based on like what Roger wrote down many years ago when he included the TARDIS in one of his animations. Like, this is
barely
not a
did
police
research.
box. This is a time machine.
When I barely
That's
did any
what-
research, yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure the sort of scarf Euan would wear.
No. I don't know either. I'm really not a scarf guy.
He'd probably just have it wrapped around his head.
Yeah, like
And not
a,
actually
completely
properly
like
wearing
a
it.
sure, like a turban. Why not?
Yeah. Or wear it around his big nose, yeah.
Like,
Or at least the big nose he used to have when he used to drum.
sure, why not?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing on screen with you giving Sala a scarf. It's like, yeah, I can kind of see him with a black and green scarf.
Yeah, that's the JoJo
Oh.
scarf, right?
Yeah, it's the brown and green.
Or
The
did I
Oh,
do the
brown and
wrong
green.
one?
Okay.
scarf.
Okay, now it just showed up the colors on my end. Yeah.
And of course, Roger's basically got.
Yeah, turd looks
Yeah,
like that's a
very
bad
brown.
color. I should not have used that one.
It does look like a turd.
Let's change that very quickly.
Especially when he adds like highlights to it.
That was not a smart idea, no.
Oh, now I'm
there's
seeing
some
it.
highlights in there as well.
Roger,
You know,
why did
maybe.
you make it brown?
Yeah, now it just looks more like you when he just threw shit at Roger. Yeah, this is for what you're going to do to me, Roger, with Luke jumping on him.
Oh well, but yeah, anything else about the Boom comic?
I mean, it's fine. I do like the
Uh,
golem giant thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a really cool design. The action scene where they destroy it is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sure.
Also, I do kind of like the face reaction it gives to seeing Sonic. It's like, huh? You. You.
Yeah.
You.
With a thump.
Yeah.
And
I did-
thumps.
I did find the Back to the Future references a bit groan-worthy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does come off a bit forced.
I suppose maybe it was just because it was like, how's it powered by? It's like, oh, just 1.21 gigawatts sort of thing. I think he just wanted to. You couldn't think of any sort of like power sort of thing. I mean, you could have put like over 9,000 or something. And then it tells me like, what, 9,000?
I guess that's the
Really
problem
good
if you
idea.
try to make everything into a joke. Because sometimes you're just
Yeah.
gonna have to
Yeah.
get information across, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of gets,
Pop
yeah,
culture
it gets tiresome, yeah.
Oh, also, it's not revealed at any point in this comic, but it is in the next issue. Apparently, the giant robot is called the Big Boy,
Oh, okay.
which
'cause I
is
thi- I-
weird because I'm pretty sure that was also the name that Eggman gave to the first boss in Sonic Colors.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Even though it was actually like called something else when you fought it,
Hmm.
like the Groovatron or whatever. But like in the cutscenes, Eggman's like, "Release the Big Boy."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least for Boom's case, at least Big Boy makes sense because, yeah, it is a giant robot and not the stupid Burnbot one.
Yeah, that was the joke that he got the wrong name. Wasn't it funny?
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not much of a proper punchline. It's just, oh, wrong name, blah, blah, blahs. I don't know. It just feels like they just really drag that out a bit, not like, quick and snappy, which is kind of my preferred take.
Well, not unless he was unless the whole point of the clause was actually giving people. I'm not sure if there's an actual, more PC way of saying it, but a Chinese burn, where literally you just twist the skin so it's just like, like creates sort of like a burning friction, I suppose.
Well, that's a really deep cut there.
Could have been that.
Maybe, but I'll always prefer Roger's take on it from like one of the older Dissected episodes where it's like, well, I wanted to give him flamethrowers, but they wouldn't work, and the name tag wouldn't come off. Something like that.
And that's what I would have done. Like make it the whole drama story. Like, again, go deeper into the whole awkwardness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's always my problem with Sonic Boom. It's always kind of surface level. Yes, Sala, go ahead.
I decided to look up if there are other names for the Chinese burn, and it's also called the Indian burn, also known as the snake bite in the UK. Interesting.
Yeah.
And in the Netherlands, it is called prikkeldraad.
Prikkeldraad, waarschijnlijk dan. Probably then, yeah. All right. Never heard of it, but I guess it's something.
Prikkeldraad in English.
Apparently barbed wire.
Barbed wire, yes.
Because I was kind of wondering when you were going to say like what the translation meant, or were you going to keep us hanging?
Yes, I was going to keep you hanging. Sorry.
I didn't think it was relevant, but yeah, it's barbed wire apparently.
Yeah.
Anyways, so final thoughts on this issue. I've always kind of liked the humor of Sonic Boom, and I think it kind of shines here, especially in comic book form, where they get to do visual gags that you can't do in other mediums.
The face expressions really helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Jokes become much more funny when they have great face expressions.
Yeah, it is huge.
Yeah,
sorry, it's just saying it's a huge change from like the cartoon where they're due to the animation, their faces look a bit more stiff or something.
Yeah, it's sad when the comic has like a higher budget than the actual show.
I always thought this style works way better in 2D, so I really love the art here. Yeah. So it does help, yeah. That's why I'm not a big fan of 3D animation. Although I guess Sonic Prime showed that 3D has improved since. Of course, Prime has different problems.
Sonic Prime is better in the animation department and whatnot, but yeah, the problem with that show is that the pacing is just terrible.
And the writing.
Like writing's like fine, but yeah, season 3 is when when the show gets stuck on repeat. Ugh.
I really miss this series of episodes with loose stories. Like, I really hate this TV show that's just one story that goes on. I hate that system. Oh well, that's just me. Anyway, let's move on to Sonic Boom Chapter 2. Sala is getting impatient, right. I think.
No, I'm just trying to keep focus because we keep like changing our topic all over the place.
Yes, we do.
Anyways,
I guess that's Sonic Boom's effect.
Yep. So, issue 2, Knuckle Duster. Even though it's kind of like getting a little bolder part 2, but they already declared that was part 1 of 1. So, So it starts off with the big boy coming back, and he almost stomps on the credits, which are all hilariously titled. Instead of like writer, it's Key Tap and Ian Flynn. And the sound effect is Cthulhu, and that will persist for most of this issue. They're back to doing the logo names, which Sonic points out is giving him deja vu because it's even the same robot from the same first issue.
But he, Sticks doesn't make the right sound effects.
Oh yeah, it's just rare, and not career.
Yeah, sorry for interruption.
That's I don't know if that counts as onomatopoeia as much as for vocalization. But anyway, Eggman points out that it's different this time because he's got a secret weapon, and he presses a button with a kaboop, and right when they're trying to save Sticks, Knuckles shows up and punches Sonic.
Asterisk style.
Who lands with a Kawud. Knuckles again does his own introduction. And Sonic Sonic compliments his joke, but is confused by being punched, and Knuckles just shoves him in a tiny little cage with a kabonk and a clank. Sonic is a little confused. Tails goes and takes a swing at Knuckles and tries fighting him, wondering like why he's turning on him after Tails did so much to teach him, you know, how to ride a bike and tie his bandages and count. Apparently, all of which he did yesterday. Tails gets caught in a tiny net orb. His Sticks sees where this is going and just puts herself in a cage to one-up Knuckles. Which leaves only Amy outside, and she starts fighting with Knuckles, who does the same joke again, where she says Knuckles' name is a logo, and Knuckles says, "Oh, I already did that." And he's fighting her, and she's condescending him the entire time. And he's getting more and more angry about this fact, because that's what led him to team up with Eggman in the first place, is the fact that no one takes him seriously. So they have a little brief discussion, and as they're about to fight, she remembers, oh yeah, Eggman's still here. He picks her up with a Kascoop and shoves her in a cage with a Kaklang. And so Eggman is victorious. He has conquered the day, he has beaten the heroes, and now has to decide what to do with the village. He decides to leave it up to a coin flip, because he could just destroy it and go home to his precious pork chops, or he could take it over. He has to find out along the way. Knuckles is now in the prison, where he gloats that he has bested them with his brilliant plan, only to reveal, aha, I was only pretending to help Eggman. At which point Amy realizes, you know, you actually just are helping him at this point. And Knuckles slowly realizes, oh shit, yeah. So he gets really depressed, because now he realizes just how stupid he was being. And they try and get him to release them from the cages, and he's so depressed that he thinks he'll even fuck that up somehow. So Tails and Amy have a little plan, which they communicate with co-whispers. And their plan is to point out, oh no, your plan was actually really smart, we just didn't see it. You're actually a really smart guy. You can definitely get us out of these cages. And he's so confident now that he just leaves them. Goes to confront Eggman himself. Meanwhile, Six just lets herself out of the cage because it's her own cage. She lets Sonic out, who immediately bursts out with a kawoosh, and then bounces all around the room with a kasmash, kabang, kabing, and kablamo.
Because he was going
Knuckles
nuts.
confronts Eggman.
Because Sonic was
Knuckles
going nuts
confronts
because he
Eggman.
couldn't move.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Knuckles confronts Eggman with a new name logo, which Orbot was really impressed with. And then, yeah, Orbot and Cubot are sent to attack Knuckles, who just shoves them down with a ka-thump and throws him out the window with a ka-crash.
Yes! I always wanted to see an Ormond Cubot battle. There we have it.
And then, rather than fight Eggman directly, Knuckles leaps through the roof with a ka-crunch, and then lands on the robot with a ka-scree. To which Eggman points out that he is scratching the paint. Knuckles then grabs onto the robot's arm with a ka-shrip, and then starts smacking him with his own arm with a ka-clang, ka-whack, and ka-boff. Eggman decides to run away, but Sonic busts out with a kapow. Sonic, finally overjoyed by the fact that he is free, just basically fighting this robot on autopilot. He can't even focus on anything other than the fact that he can finally move again. Tails just drops Amy so that Knuckles can save her, and she's so grateful. Sonic finally realizes that he's you know, they were supposed to fight a robot after moonwalking very fast, apparently. Orbot and Cubot ask for some help because Eggman is leaving without them. Tails mentions Sonic mentions Tails could fly them home. Styx has a portal under her couch that can send you anywhere that starts with a Q. So I guess great if you want to go to Quebec or Qatar.
Yep.
But Knuckles just slams them with a grab, picks them up with a heave, and throws them with a toss. It is at this point that hold on. Oh yeah, so Knuckles is very proud of himself for saving the day until Sonic reminds him that he's the one who got them locked up in the first place. Amy then suddenly starts screaming as she realizes she has lost her hammer. And yeah, that is the end.
Oh yeah, that's actually a sneak peek for the next issue, which is surprising because at first I thought the Sonic Boom, like in general, is very loose on continuity and plot. So it's like, oh, they do these teases, they're never gonna follow it up. But when I skim through them, it's like, oh no, they actually do follow up on the last page. So yeah, a little sneak peek for next time.
A little cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
also
surprising.
there's this other gag that the first issue did, as well as this one, where like on the last page, there's just this wall of text that just trails off forever. And it doesn't even actually end at any point because it just gets cut off.
I'm hoping that's page light before I. Yeah. That's amusing. Yeah, they love their four-wall jokes, and sometimes they're funny. So fair enough. And then, of course, we get an off-panel comic.
Sometimes they're funny.
Usually, I'm not in favor of them. It depends on how they're utilized or contextualized. And then we get an off-panel comic. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in this off-panel, Knuckles is trying to come up with a name for his spin-off that he will inevitably, surely get. And he can't quite come up with anything. He comes up with Knuckle Duster, which is the name of this issue. He ends up coming up with Knuckle Sandwich, but he feels like that might imply that he's opening a deli. Sonic suggests Knucklehead or Knuckle Dragger. Knuckles decides to lean into Knuckle Sandwich after all and comes up with the great tagline, "Come get your sandwich." Tails opens it up to the viewers to come up with the name for Knuckles' inevitable spin-off.
Yeah,
hey, but last laugh
never happens.
Last laugh on Sonic, Knuckles did get his own spin-off TV show, and it was just called Knuckles. So there we go.
No, it's more like
but that wasn't a spin-off to this.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Not like a proper Boom Knuckles spin-off comic.
Still more than Amy and Tails got or 6. So there you go.
Yeah, surprisingly, the off-panel is probably the only time I actually found the whole Knuckles and sandwich gag actually funny.
Because he leans into it, yeah, that helps.
Yeah, come get your sandwich. Yeah. It's definitely a hell of a lot more original than whatever Sonic memes do with it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You can co-ops it like that. Kind of like Dr. Eggman, co-opting Eggman, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this comic. Art style's still awesome. I love how Amy looks like when she's cramped into the cage. Kind of felt like she deserved that for being so condescending all the time. It's fun she finally gets to have some slapstick happening to her. Because usually she's always the untouchable one.
Yeah, I really love the 3 panels where Knuckles goes through a range of emotions and realize he's probably on the wrong team.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that Despicable Me meme, I guess.
Oh yeah, with the whole chartboard thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, use this one too.
Holy shit, what have I done?
Especially the second panel was kind of looking at his fingers and I did this and then did this and what was my next plan again? Like, oh! Yep,
Yeah,
face expressions are awesome again. Yeah, sorry, Meldy, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, I am quite surprised with Sonic being trapped in that cage. He suddenly starts, like, hyperventilating. He's like, oh, I gotta move around. It's like, yeah, that's very different from how he is in the show, where he's just stuck in old man mode.
Yeah, but indeed, that's why I kept interrupting Sala. He never brought it up. There's this whole subplot of Sonic going nuts because he can't move. That's why he loses his mind. Yeah.
Yeah, even if they have to shove it in, gotta go fast, man.
Oh well. And gotta
I
give.
like how it.
Go ahead, Luke.
Sorry, I was just saying how I like it. Sorry, I do like how it's a typical Knuckles teaming up with Eggman plot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, they never did that in the show. At least not what I remember.
No, Eggman teams up with everyone except for Knuckles, as far as I know. Oh well. Then we got it in the comics.
Well, okay, I guess there was that one evil cookie thing episode. It's like, oh, now they have mustaches and now they're evil or something. I don't know.
Fair enough, but then everyone was evil except for Sonic. And gotta give it to Knuckles. His Eggman logo is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And yeah, I'm very happy you finally got an Orbot-Cubot battle.
Yeah.
Always wanted to see one, and there it is. In all its glory. Crash!
Yay. Just get launched like nothing.
I love that.
Then again, they are nothing when it comes to minions.
Exactly. But yeah, I kind of like it more when they're more the butt of the joke. Like, I always hated the Sonic Colors. They're always like the ones initiating the jokes. It's like they're always like above Eggman. It's like, no, they should be below Eggman. That's why I kind of liked them more in Boom than I ever did in the games, yeah.
Yeah. Man, for me, I always saw Orbot and Cubot more like just boring office workers going through another Monday at the Eggman Empire. But that's just me.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I will say this comic is a little more funnier than the first one. I think it probably helps like how Styx is written. Like they lean more towards her like tribal like native antics. Like, oh, she puts herself in her own cage and manages to, get out of there because and then she like reveals like, oh, she has other cages, and Tails is like, why? So yeah, because I'm definitely in that minority of people that really wish that they really push forward with Styx, that real native like thing, living out in the jungle, like maybe speak third person, but though some would argue it's stereotypical, but I don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't care. It's more entertaining than her being government conspiracies and politics and angry cat and crap. Yeah, that.
In the TV show, she was more random, yeah. And I agree, she's much better written here because the jokes really come from her nature of who she is. Where in the TV show, she just screamed something random, whatever the writers found funny that day, yeah. This one is a little more focused, so. I agree, she's much funnier here. She was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good joke with the cages.
Yeah.
I like that. She just sees Sonic and Tails get caught, and she's just like, you can't catch me if I catch myself.
And I also love how dumb Knuckles and Eggman are of just not checking that either. Just like, okay, it's fine, she's caged.
Yeah.
It's never considered.
Oh, cool.
That was easy.
Yeah.
So in the end, it was a smart thing to do. Oh, sorry, Luke, go ahead.
But it's saying I do like the image of Knuckles running a tricycle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I gotta admit, I got a chuckle out of that bait and switch too. I did that yesterday. Like, oh, okay. Even though it's the other day, another Knuckles is stupid joke, but I got a chuckle out of that, I admit. Poor Knuckles.
Yeah, no respect.
No respect.
No respect for any Knuckles. Yeah. Look at movie Knuckles. He's the goat.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy of Tails to just try to punch Knuckles. If he did hit him, I think he only would break his hand. Yeah, sorry, Sala, go ahead.
It would be a little hypocritical of me to say that I dislike Boom Knuckles, because like I've been pretty clear on the fact that I enjoy Crash of the Titans Tiny Tiger, even though like it's such a bastardized version of him. He's so funny though. It's like, as I described it back then, I said like it felt like someone was intentionally trying to ruin Tiny by making him a completely different character, but I love the character they made.
Yeah, personally, I think they just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's this like terrible rendition of Knuckles, but the character that he is really funny. So I hate that it's Knuckles, but he's so funny that I can't hate it.
Yeah,
Okay,
one of my
fair
favorite Boom Knuckle moments is in the show where he tries to read something, he puts on his reading glasses, and he goes, "Wait, I can't read."
And as for me, I have no favorite scene of Boom Knuckles. Because, yeah, we don't talk about Boom Knuckles on my channel, but that's just me.
But this isn't your channel.
Yeah, that's true.
Got no choice here,
Yeah,
buddy.
Exactly.
But yeah, with the
When's
whole
the-
tiny...
When's the Archie Sonic character files for Boom Knuckles?
Nah, I don't know. That's kind of like an interesting thing. Like, if I'm, that deep into Archie Sonic character files, like, okay, like, I did briefly mention, like, the Boom versions of Orbot and Cubot when I cover those robots. So it's like, what am I going to do with Knuckles exactly? Like, I was thinking of just like, oh, we don't talk about that gag thrown in. But with coming, like, the Boom series in general, I don't know. I might throw it in, like an April Fool's gag, maybe just a quickie. I don't know how to handle it right now. I'm currently just trying to focus on doing the. I'm just trying to focus on doing the Black Arms for the next episode. Featuring their versions in Eclipse, and of course the Dark Arms with the alien and dark Black Arms and Wisp alien fusions, who are clearly Sala's favorite characters.
Indeed. So, I think we're about tired, so it should be wrapping up for today.
Yeah. And all the while that this was happening, apparently a trailer has been dropped for the Sonic X Shadow Dark Beginnings.
Yeah, did
Although
you ruin it for
also the live
everyone? Did everyone miss the teaser because they watched us talk about Boom Knuckles? Oh boy.
I don't know. I mean, they were giving out the posters. I'll leave them in the spoiler section.
What should we do? Shall we look?
Showing a much more.
Shall we look on a teaser now and give us our live reactions, or shall we just stop and talk about it next time? What do you guys think?
I nearly thought you were going to say they finally given us the trailer for Sonic the Movie 3, but no, we still have to wait.
No.
No, we're still in the waiting room for that.
I mean, we're getting trailers for December or for movies coming out in December already, but still no Sonic 3.
Right?
I imagine it's gonna come out in December, like the start of December. Oh, here's the Sonic 3 movie trailer.
I mean, that's obviously where I first found out about the trailer.
Let's see, I found a
let's see.
link of a video. Do we want to do it now, or shall we do it in 2 weeks? What do you guys think?
Well, it depends on how long it is exactly.
Oh, more than a minute.
I mean, you never know. Some people might like a live reaction of how we respond to it.
You know what? Yeah, this is a rare opportunity.
Okay, so
Just
Special
gotta-
treat.
Let's
so
see
we
if
all
I
just
can...
got to simply just time it together. Just
Wait.
the video
There's,
ready and then
there's specifically a
fun.
feature Discord has, where we can watch a YouTube video together.
No, we have to figure it out live how it works. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
activity.
Uh,
that?
Yeah, I see the rocket going off. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wait.
Oh, that's-
authorized.
Oh, there it is. It's watch join activity.
Yeah, but it's
Ah,
gonna
okay,
show
there it
up in
is.
OBS. I have to fix OBS first. Let's see. I hope
Yeah,
this
got
works.
it.
Oh,
And I'm
I
going
got
to
an ad.
External application. Blah 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 blah. blah. Okay,
Okay.
skip it for now.
A joke about a fish restaurant. All right.
Hold on.
Blah blah blah.
Okay. So everyone tuned in. Looks like it. All right.
Hold on. I'm just stuck at the watch together thing, like cancel or authorize.
Authorized.
Oh, okay. Okay, now there we go. Well,
Alright.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Men should be on stream.
If it looks like it is.
I
Everybody's
see a-
done with their ads.
I'm done
Yeah,
with my ad.
mines are done.
Okay. We'll start the video then.
Be the ultimate life form. I should be the key to all manner of medicines, curing you.
You and Grandfather are doing your best. I'm just as happy to spend time with you here while you both research.
Oh, really? Anime? I didn't expect that to go for a full anime art style.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Of course, it's the first time we see a human in the new one.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
Is that a fucking? That's Emerald.
Yes.
That's not just a Gizoid. That is Emerald.
That robot was heading towards grandfather's lab.
Holy shit!
Save him!
Oh my god!
They're actually doing something.
Just wait here. I'll be back. I promise.
Yay, Kirk Thornton gets to voice a nice Shadow for once.
Right?
Okay.
Holy crap! I can't believe Emerald is back. Oh no!
That's what we
Yeah.
They're going deeper than I thought. I was just expecting Generations. I was like, oh, here's this character, here's this thing. But they're actually doing something. Oh my.
Yeah.
Shocking.
I am a bit mixed with Kurt Thornton voicing Shadow here, because like at first it actually starts pretty good. It's like he starts sounding like Syax, and I'm like, yes, this is the Shadow I'm expecting from this guy. But then near the end, it just definitely sounds a bit more gruffer. It's like, and you fucking ruined it. I know that's just first impressions. That's just me and stuff. But I don't know. So, but yeah, I was surprised in seeing Jamiro there. So I guess that means we're finally gonna get an official model of this robot.
And again, we actually get Shadow saying nice thing. Yes, go ahead, Luke. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I'm glad that it's going back to Sonic having like darker and more dramatic themes again.
Yeah, we're going really back there. Yeah, and like I said, I'm really surprised we're going for the anime humans again. I was expecting them to go for more neutral style.
Oh yeah, and Maria having a brand new voice, which is like the third time she gets a new voice for, I don't know, 20 years after Shadow's game.
Yeah, well, she'll be getting a lot more voices this year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially if you include that fan movie.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if Mike Pollock was gonna be Gerald again.
Ooh, that's a
Oh
good
yeah,
question.
that might be interesting.
That's a very good question, yeah.
Yeah, because
I
just
can't
like
imagine
Maria.
I can't imagine they'd replace Mike Pollock for any role.
No. Well, you never know.
I mean, they've got him. He's there. He's available. They may as well just have him as Gerald again. Apparently, they allowed Sean Schemmel to audition for Black Doom again. But last heard, he did not get the role, which is very sad to hear.
Aw.
It also gave me it did make me think about Gerald for Sonic 3, because we haven't heard about who's going to cast him, and it got me thinking, what if they're going to have Jim Carrey do a double role thing, like what he also plays Gerald?
I'll get a whole Eddie Murphy sequence, huh? Oh boy. A whole family of Eggmans.
Yeah, a whole family of Jim Carreys. It would be interesting because we'd get to see Jim Carrey do a serious role again.
Oh yeah.
That would be quite
Final
something.
serious role.
Yeah. We'll see. At
Yeah,
least,
I'm really looking forward to it.
we're doing good eating this year. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to be good. We'll see that. But at least there's a lot for us to deal with.
Yeah, I've kind of in that boat. It's like, yeah, trailer looks cool, but I'm sure the game is gonna suck anyway. Cause I mean, call me the cynical, pessimistic asshole and whatnot, but after dealing with the meta era, just kind of dealt with more damage than good. And of course, let's not forget that Sega's track record of bad Sonic ports.
I guess so. And yeah, I get it. We've been burned by Sega a lot. But I got to say, they're doing a lot better than I expected from Generations X. So at least I'm curious. Even if they're going to screw it up, it's going to be a very interesting train wreck at least. And maybe even a good train. Who knows? So there's something to look forward to.
Yeah, which is funny because when well, funny enough about this particular game, I made a comment in my Marine the Raccoon episode of character files. That how instead of being a recurring character, she just ended up being a one and done character like Black Doom and all the others. And 2 days later, Sega dropped the teaser trailer for Sonic X Shadow Generation. It's like, oh, there's Black Doom. Or at least Doom's Eye. So after that, it's like, well, okay, I guess now I have an excuse to talk about the Black Arms for Archie Sonic character files that should be coming up soon, which hopefully soon. I'm just wrapping up the scripting process right now.
And with a little luck, maybe Marine is the final boss in Shadow's game, so then you can talk about her as well.
Oh, yeah, and then you can really tell this was written by Ian Flynn, knowing his flaming hatred against the raccoon gal.
Poor
man.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I still think she needs, like, some more proper respect. Like, the cameo in IDW is just not really doing it for me, Sonic Rush Adventure, it came out like 17 years ago. I think we've gotten past the point of like, okay, enough time has passed, let's give this character another chance and, do her proper and make her less annoying and yada yada.
Especially since he had character development, so you can't make her less annoying in her next appearance.
Yeah.
Just carry on where she went through, but whatever. Yeah. We'll see.
If the writers actually remember that, but no one Sega these days, and knowing Ian Flynn's certain comments related to the Soul Dimension, I don't have that much faith. If it was a different writer, maybe, but right now, not so much.
Fair enough.
I think characters that are annoying can be endearing if done right, like Pinkie Pie, for example.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Good old Pinkie.
Yeah. If them being annoying is like done well and it's like not obnoxious to the viewer, then I think annoying characters can be fun.
It helps if there's a character to set them off. They kind of need like a foil.
Yeah.
That's why Marine and Shadow teamed up is amazing.
Oh yeah, and the Sonic Universe story. Yeah. And despite Ian Flynn writing most first stories, I did comment that the one time Tracy Hartley got to write for Sonic with the Pirate Adventure, that I kind of considered like the definitive story of Marine. It's like, she gets to have nice moments and whatnot, yeah. She's like better written and not just thrown in just for being a punching bag for the writers.
Yeah. Who knows? Either way, I'm kind of tired, so I think we should be ending it here. Any last statements anyone has?
Well, let's just say I did all right with the first two Sonic Boom comics, so hopefully I'll be able to, suppress any more bitterness and grumpiness when we continue on.
Otherwise, next time you can just scream and rage and run off. We'll understand.
Yeah. Well, no, I've skimmed through the comics, and so far there really hasn't been one particular that like stood out to me. It's like, oh, this pisses me off, and rah, 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 but yeah, we'll see.
Alrighty, Luke, you got anything to say before we leave?
I forgot to mention it when I was talking about Glide, but if anyone here is a fan of Matt McMuscles, he recently released a video where he looked at upcoming indie games and he gave Glide a mention, and there's also a little bit of where you can hear my voice.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm surprised by that. I don't like Matt McMuscles because he doesn't like Sonic very well. But his videos are pretty good, so there you go. That's the What Happened guy, right? What happened?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, Sala, you get any final statements?
Do I? Oh, yes, actually. I've started streaming kind of regularly again, and I'm gonna try and do, for at least the foreseeable future, Sonic Sundays, where I play either a Sonic game or a Sonic fan game.
Oh.
And last week and probably tomorrow, I have been playing Spark the Electric Jester 3.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that game.
Yeah, it's really fun so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Man, seems like Spark is like another one of those games. Like, oh, it looks cool, I gotta play it, and just never did. Maybe one day. Yeah.
I should still make us dissected about it. But I'm not doing any dissectors anyway. But yes, go ahead, Sala.
After I beat Spark the Electric Jester 3, I will move on to Penny's Big Breakaway.
Oh, yeah, that's one.
Nice.
I started at that one too. I like it.
Yeah, like that one I'm looking forward to because Sala was nice enough to send me a code to get the game on Steam.
Well. Bribing him, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, hey, it's a 3D platformer, and I'm always a sucker for those. Like, ooh, 3D platformer, woohoo!
Sure. Yeah, they're coming really back. I'm happy they're finally back in full extent.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that was everyone.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go
Well, I guess. It's not important.
No?
I was just gonna say another game I've been playing recently. It's just. I was ensnared by Zenless Zone Zero, which is the newest Toyoverse game. It's fun. I say that begrudgingly because of the type of game it is. It's a gacha game.
Oh boy.
So basically, it's the Sonic mobile phone games.
Yeah.
Or at least the more popular ones, yeah.
Oh well. Well, they're designed to be fun to play, I guess.
Yep.
To play to your head. Alrighty. So yeah, I'll put a link to your Twitch later in the YouTube description.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and that was it, I think. So see you folks in 2 weeks again. Or did I forget someone?
Yeah. I forgot Elise, but she already left.
Yeah, but she left already.
So I have to scream very loud for her to hear me now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'll be interesting to hear her reactions on the trailer sometime later.
Maybe next stream.
Yeah.
Well, see you folks. Bye-bye.
Yep, goodbye.
Cheerio.
Toodle pip.
Sweet.
Literally just as